Right now, I'd like to do about 45 minutes of some freeform comedy.
Just kidding. You forgot to introduce someone.
Who did I forget to introduce?
You know.
No, I don't. Who? Oh, our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to the back of the room and we can get a spotlight back there. Martin Sheen. Oh, just kidding.
So at the 30th,
Oh man, they're so disappointed again.
at the 30th anniversary, you know, Marty was not able to make it, and so we did a panel, and there were about 200 people in the room, and
200 disappointed people.
and all of a sudden he says, "I have a special guest for you, Martin Sheen." And everyone
They all
heard that he
stood
wasn't
up.
coming.
They got their cameras out. They're like, "Oh my God!" And he didn't. And then I just said, "Nah, I'm just kidding. He's not here." And they booed.
People got mad.
Oh, they were so mad. One guy just chewed me out online the next Monday.
McNaird.
It was terrible. It was terrible. And I'm sorry to have to do that to you again, but it's our routine now. So that's how it goes. It is bold, I know.
So one day he's just going to appear in the back, right? He's just going to...
No, one day he's going to come on walking out that door, and you're going to be...
That's the idea. Eventually we'll get him. And no one will believe it. So I thought...
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high at Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air. AG today.
Hello, folks. It's Patrick Gorman.
Hi, this is Jake Beers.
Hi, this is Bruce Boxleitner.
This is Tom Vera from A Gettysburg Christmas.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman. And you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg. I'm glad you're listening. Thank you.
There's a devil to pay.
Good night, everybody.
Bonfire.
You're listening
bitches up for food.
Gettysburg today.
This podcast.
I am a very pretty man.
baby.
That's abbreviation.
Bonfire.
Here we go.
Hello, Bethany and all the ships at sea.
Hello.
Frisco. How are you, Beth? Oh, yeah, I know. I missed you last week.
It was weird.
Right? You've only been doing it a few months, but right now you're used to it. It's part of your routine.
My routine.
Yes, and you miss doing the show. It is in your blood.
There was this Thanksgiving meal thing that I had to do instead.
Where'd you go?
The Yinglings. My in-laws.
Yes, the heirs of the beer dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
And you went there, and I'm sure there was beer, cooked turkey, beer battered fries and potatoes, beer everywhere at the Yingling household, right?
No, there was wine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sacrilegious.
I know.
Because they are Yinglings. But it's a different spelling, so it's probably not the same family.
Okay. Thank you, sweet Lord. Although it does get me really good tables at restaurants.
Is that true?
Oh, 100.
People think you're related to those Yinglings.
Yeah, you go in and you say, like, especially if you go to like a brewery and you say table name Yingling, I get in like, boom.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they even give me free flights, which are hysterical.
Really?
I don't drink.
Well, then I'm going to register as El Presidente from now on.
I don't think that's going to help you.
What's the name? El Presidente. Oh, it must be an heir to the El Presidente beer dynasty.
No.
Oh.
It doesn't work that way.
All right, fine. Well, did you have a good time at the Yinglings?
Very.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Standard Thanksgiving fare?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, very good. How far away are they?
They live in Dallas town, so an hour.
An hour. Okay, good. That's not
45
bad.
minutes.
So you don't have to go and stay there. It's just a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up there and back.
Yeah, that's the way to do
God.
it. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. My dad came.
Wow.
And uncle came.
Wow.
And it was like I got one meal. Everybody was there.
Yeah, so
together.
you're both sides. Well, not full both sides of the family.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Mom wasn't there.
Okay. All right. And then how about you there, Deborah? Not Debbie. I mean, Debbie. Whatever.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. We'll get into that in a bit.
Exhaustible?
I think I can forgive you.
Yeah,
I am well. How are you?
I'm tired.
I can tell.
Very tired. Yeah.
Do you speak English when you're tired?
No. It's some kind of like Klingon. And I don't even
Klingon.
watch Star Trek. Yeah, I don't know what I say sometimes. You heard me before. I don't even know what I said to Colby. You tried to save me there, but Colby caught it. Colby, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was good, man.
Where'd you go?
Chilled. We stayed here. Taylor and I just hung out. We did nothing. We ate leftover like Friendsgiving food. It was nice.
Oh, you had Friendsgiving with Tommy and his family?
Yeah, and then we did that, and then another day earlier in the week we did it with our neighbors across the street too, and it was good, man.
What am I trying?
You can do it. I got faith in you.
Get with the speaking English.
Oh boy, we're having a tough day. How do you?
Warning.
When do you do? How far in advance do you do Friendsgiving?
A few days. I think we did the one with Tommy, maybe like 3 or 4 days before Thanksgiving, and then the one with our neighbors, we did that maybe 2 days before that.
So you had 2 Friendsgivings.
Yeah.
I don't even have any friends to have.
I don't have any friends I like enough to have Friendsgiving.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
But sounds like a personal problem.
Huh?
It is a
But
personal
if I had
problem.
been in town, we could have done Friendsgiving.
Yeah, we should have done. Well, next year. This year we could do Friendsmas.
It works out.
That works.
It works out for Taylor and I though, because home for both of us is so far away. It's either Montana or Florida, and traveling and. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I understand. Well, speaking of traveling, there was an exciting week. The reason I'm so tired is because my adventure began last Friday night, and it was the Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Which you didn't come visit me at all at my.
Where were you?
I was at the Garma hot chocolate table.
Oh, you were right by us.
Yeah,
and you didn't say hello.
And I waved at you, and
you
looked
did
right
not.
at me.
Well,
and
why
then
didn't you
kept
yell?
walking. Because there were 700 million people.
Yeah.
there.
So how do you think I'm going to notice you over 700 million people?
This face? No, I'm joking.
She is your friend. I mean,
please. I wasn't looking for friendly faces. I was looking for enemies. You got to be careful out there. No, I was looking for Santa. Actually, yes, that's exactly what it was. No, where was I that you saw me? Right by the steps.
Yeah, over by where they were going to do the speaking.
Right.
And Bo was there, and then Jenny told him, I'm sorry, but I'm the director of this event.
Right. Yes.
Which I thought was hilarious.
That was fun. I'd never been to a tree lighting before. I never got into the Christmas,
Ezra
stuff.
was there. First
Was he?
lighting for Ezra.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. First of many, I'm sure.
Is this the tree in the square?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so it was the first one. I said to Cindy, hey, the tree lighting's tonight. Why don't we go? I've never been. You just moved here. Time to get to know your town. So we went.
She was like, why are we doing this?
No, she was enjoying it. And then Bo said, we're going up above the blue and gray to the apartment up there because the owners live up there and he's friends with the owners and they invited us up for they invited them up for drinks and Bo pulled us into it.
Nice.
Yes. And so we went up there. Beautiful. I've always wondered what that place looks like. And because I knew it was an apartment, I knew the owners lived up there. I just never been up there. It is the most beautiful freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It's just this wide.
Big.
It's enormous, Colby. It's enormous. Big, beautiful living room, kitchen, dining room, like open floor plan, right? Like a couple of back rooms, a bathroom back there, and like a little TV room. Then you go upstairs. There's another floor, a second floor of the apartment, and that's the master bedroom.
That building is
like
3
the whole
stories?
second floor?
Yes.
I had no clue.
It's it was the attic, and then they, made it into something.
So are you saying that it has like a feel between like industrial open space and like historic vibe?
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of something I like. You would see it in a movie, like it would be like the main character's apartment.
Like
It was beautiful.
The sexy,
The sexy detective. Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Why do you go just straight to Mel?
I mean, Rene Russo.
Good save.
So anyway, we did that. We had fun. Then Saturday. What was Saturday, Cindy? What did we do Saturday?
It's a day.
I know.
I was driving all day long.
Monday was the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday we went and picked up Bruce and Verena, right?
Yeah, Saturday night was.
Saturday night was
Saturday night, but.
So we did something Saturday night.
Must have been a doozy.
It must
Very
have been.
memorable.
Saturday.
It's hard to remember.
All right for fun.
Doesn't matter. We went and did something Saturday night. Sunday we went to BWI and picked up Bruce Boxleitner and his wife.
Uh-huh.
And
I tried. I did try to.
I know you did. I know. And I tried to, get you in there. But anyway, we brought them back, and then we took them to the Farnsworth house where they were staying, and they wanted to kind of chillax a bit. She's working on her master's, so she had homework to do. So and they've been traveling, all over. They didn't come straight here from LA. They've been all over the place visiting people. So they wanted to rest. So we let them be. We went home for a bit, let Major out, and then we went to this cocktail party at a farm on Scott Road where they filmed one of the scenes in the movie, and another beautiful place. And so we were there for a little bit, and then we had a private dinner at La Casa Dobbin, which is, of course, the Dobbin house. And then after that...
I love how you put the accent on Dobbin.
Dobbin?
La Casa
I
Dobbin.
was like, what is he talking about?
I'm thinking, is this some new restaurant I don't know about?
Right. Well, I just like to fancy things up. And then after that, we went out, did something else. Probably drinks, right? Yeah, we went... No.
There was the music.
Thank you.
I was.
That's right. You were there. So then there was the musical show, a little concert at Lincoln Social, and the people who I think they're the only people who have songs in the soundtrack were there, and they performed them and some other songs, and everybody kind of socialized, and the cast was there, and some other people, and Debbie was there, and we were there. My mom and my aunt came down.
Which I'm super depressed about.
My mom really wanted to meet you. She was
Really?
like, "Am I gonna get to be?" I'm like, "Okay, so I'll introduce you to Bruce Boxleitner." Okay, sure. Am I gonna get to meet Bethany?
That accent, dude, that's not at all what she sounds.
No, I was gonna
Yes,
say,
it
I
is.
did get to meet her, and I can confirm
Now I know.
she does not sound.
Now I know. I got to meet her. She was a pleasant lady. I like.
Yeah.
her
I
very
didn't say
much.
she's not pleasant, but
Well,
she definitely sounds that
pleasant
way.
Sounding. Maybe when she gets riled up.
When she gets riled up, yes.
But I
she's
do
around
love
other
that
people
accent.
with that accent.
When her and my aunt get together, it's very it's just shrill.
Poor Mama Calorie.
We love you, Mama
No, of course, I
Calorie.
love Mama Calorie as well, and Mama Cass. So we did that for a bit, and then we went home, and then Monday was the big day, the premiere. Now I was nervous as all get out.
Yeah, I could tell it was freaking like wafting off of you.
Right.
Yeah, I could
Well,
sense it the whole evening.
Yes, and everybody else, and we didn't talk about it, you and I, right, Colby?
I mean, not really. I called you the next day, but it was just thanks for taking me. You did good and all that. We didn't like go into detail on.
No, but we didn't talk about it before. Like you didn't say, "Man, you look nervous," right?
No,
right.
no, because that's the last thing.
That's
you do
the
to
last thing
I
you need.
really don't
But
even
then,
think
but
you look nervous.
the other last thing I need is when I say, "Man, I'm really nervous," and people are like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine." No, that's not what I need.
You just need people to leave you alone.
Leave me alone. Thank you. Leave me alone.
And you want to pace. You want to be able to pace.
I need to pace. And so my
been there.
I said to Cindy, I was saying to Cindy before we left, I'm like, I'm really nervous. And she's like, okay, what do you need from me? I'm like, don't talk to me. And I said, I'm sorry, don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. I need to be sequestered. I need to just, and then I need to get there and be around the people I'm going to be with. And I need to pace. I need to roam around. And I just have all this. Everybody else is standing around talking and laughing and everything, and I'm like,
feeling a bit.
You know what?
manic.
You know what would have been nice though, and this is because back when I was playing music a lot, we were playing pretty big shows consistently.
Madison Square Garden.
I mean, definitely not that big, but a few thousand people.
Sure.
And, like the first few times you do that, I would feel very similar to that. But I found that the thing that helped me the most is to do whatever I could to not think about it.
Yeah, that's what I
at
do.
all. Like I just keep my mind off, even up to like 5 minutes before I go out there. If I'm not at all thinking about it,
yeah,
I'm good. And then I go out and do the thing.
I try not to even I act like everything's totally normal. I get actually more nervous for the other people.
Oh, I don't. That
Like
that's only happened to
everybody
me one
else
time.
up there, I get nervous for. And
no, not me.
like when I'm sitting in the audience
I
at a
couldn't
live
care
show,
less.
like if I had been sitting there, this is why I didn't go. Honestly,
Oh.
if I had been sitting there,
yes,
I would have had
Yes.
sweat.
You mean in the audience? If you were in the, you get nervous for the people on
'Cause you
stage.
would have been
So do
nervous
I.
for him.
Right, that I do.
And
In
yeah.
fact, when Cameron last winter had
That's
was
the only time that it happened to me. Also,
when you were watching Cam.
yeah, when he was up with
Nervous
Matt
for him.
Atkinson,
Yeah, we were nervous for Cam because I knew how important it was for
because it
him.
was a big deal. He was talking at the Gettysburg main facility, the battlefield main
Yeah.
facility.
And we have a little bit of that right here.
Probably the most famous guy in all of America. You know, I mean, realistically.
Right.
So,
Pretty
like,
much.
I
knew.
wanted him to do good.
A lot was riding on that, and I remember I was white knuckling it. I was like holding on to the armrests of the chairs there the whole time. I was sitting on my elbows, basically, you know, like holding myself
This
up.
is for Cam?
This was for Cam.
Yeah.
And so I know what you're talking about when
Yeah.
you get nervous for other people, especially because if you've been in
Oh.
that situation, you know how nerve wracking it is.
My
But
mom-
Cam didn't. He wasn't nervous
fine.
at all.
It's fine. See, my
Yeah.
mom does theater, and so whenever I'm up home and I go to see mom in a show, I'm like, mom's just like, well, you know, I'm gonna go on stage here in a couple minutes, and I'm like, yeah. Can we do now so that I can calm down? Thank you, mom. Yeah.
I used to direct kids, 6th through 8th.
Oh my god, I would have
But
been.
you can't get nervous for
mess.
them. They're children. They're gonna mess
Oh,
up. That's
but
funny.
because when
That's
they
even
mess
worse.
up, they're
Devas-
devastated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Character
Most
building, though.
adults can shake it off,
Right.
but kids, it like screws up the whole
Their whole life.
Exactly.
That is a formative moment for them for the
Yeah.
rest
Yeah.
of their lives.
That's a learning experience. I would advocate that they actually need those.
They do.
They sometimes they do. Yeah, I remember one particular show we did like a preview for the school, and it was awful, and all the kids knew it. And we got done, and that was like during the school day, and then we were supposed to have rehearsal afterwards. And they looked at me, and I was like, I don't think I need to say anything. I
Yeah.
think you know exactly what needs to happen now. And they all kind of hung their heads and were like, yeah.
Yeah, it's no, you didn't do that
It's
well.
bad,
That's
yeah.
the worst.
Then
Because
what's
you know
annoying-
every time somebody comes up and says great job, you're like F you,
freaking
you're
lying."
lying.
Yeah.
You're just saying that I know I did a bad job.
Yeah.
And that's so
Are you an audience feeder? Like you feed off of
Oh
what
yeah.
they're doing?
Yeah. Like so if it's a good audience, then I'm like, all right, for this one.
Yeah, totally fine. But if it's not, then I get weird.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I will say that I was not nervous for you, even though you were very. I mean, I only could tell you were nervous because I do shows with you all the time.
Right.
I don't think it was like obvious to everybody else there. You know what I mean? I think maybe the people that know you the best probably could tell that you were a little tense, but I wasn't nervous for you because, dude, you literally talk for a living, and like I know you're not actively in front of people right now, but you kind of are. I mean, like
Yeah, but I don't
podcast,
see them.
You know, but you could also close your eyes on stage, and those lights are bright. You know,
They are.
they're
You
hard to
you could only see the first 3 rows maybe from the reflective light. And that's what somebody said beforehand. I was saying, you know, I'm like, I'm really nervous about tomorrow. This was at the cocktail party. I'm like, I'm really nervous about tomorrow. And the guy's like, why? And I go, because I've never been in front of 800 people before. That's terrifying. And he's like, you've been in front of far more than that. And I was like, no, I haven't. And he's like, yeah, you have. He's like, I've seen how many views your videos get. He's like, you've been in front. I go, that's not the same thing.
Yeah. I'm not in front of those people
No.
live.
I'm in the room with my tribe as and
we're part of his
Dude, listen, here we go.
Oh boy.
I would say that actually the
Oh
video-
my god. Are you kidding me right now?
His tribe is about to walk out.
I'm gonna henpeck the shit out of you is what's gonna happen.
She's gonna wing slap you,
Every
bro.
time he plays that sound.
All right,
But
go ahead.
I would say that the reverse is more intimidating because
What,
live
being
in
the
front
audience?
of live in front of an audience, it's a one and done thing. You know what I mean? I mean, except for like people that film it and like, you know, film certain parts or take pictures, like what you say and what you do begins and ends in that one interaction.
It also
you throw it up on the internet, dude. That
No.
thing will
That's
live
forever.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You know what
now,
I mean?
well, good night,
It
everybody.
Also depends on who's in the audience. If it's people I don't know, I'm like, I'm never gonna see these people again. I don't give a shit.
Oh no, people talk. People talk. People go online.
And
you
it is
know,
a small town.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you know, but you can't take those people seriously anyway because they don't do this. They don't do what they're criticizing you for doing. You know.
I've never been criticized yet.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
I'm
and you've
sure you
hidden
have.
it from me?
No, the odds are that you have.
Oh well,
yeah, yeah.
She seems so worried. Have I?
No, I don't know. I don't know specifically. No, I'm sorry.
Guys, if you want to criticize me, please just understand I take everything very seriously, and so like I will remember it for all my life, and it will sit in there and fester.
Yeah, so you are
Don't
in the
do
right
it.
line of work.
Unless you have your tongue firmly planted in your cheek, do not criticize Bethany.
Well, you have to take it with.
I go home and cry
You have
every
to actually laugh at it. You have to learn to laugh at it, and you got to. Here's what you got to think. No one who does what you do would be so bold as to publicly criticize how well you do.
Yeah, if they were the same
They're gonna
genre,
tell
they would tell you if they were close enough to you
In
too.
private.
If they
were
didn't know you, then they wouldn't say anything.
But it's
they would,
professionally beneath them to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they're smart, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So then who's going to go online and criticize you? It's someone who doesn't do it. Someone who sits and consumes all day but produces nothing. So once you realize that, and you realize that they're actually like a sorry lot, then and they may even have legitimate criticisms.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're going to do it, and that they're going to take the time and effort on their own time to do that.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of a loser.
Don't say bad
Go
things.
get a life.
Yeah, exactly.
roly-poly trolls, man.
Yeah. So you got to learn to laugh at it, and it still bothers you, but let it bother you and then laugh.
I think the very first show that I did as a co-host, there was somebody that commented about something I said in the comments, and you made me address it later in the show, and that person felt horrible about
Good.
making me feel
Good.
bad. I was like, okay, it's all right.
If we were making FU money from this,
Yeah.
say whatever you want, right?
FU money.
Meaning I'm
Like
so
Joe Rogan
rich
money.
that
Oh,
F you. I don't care what
yeah.
you say because
Okay.
it doesn't affect me.
I didn't know that. I'm so poor, I didn't even know what that meant. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
How bad my life
you're
is.
so poor.
I'm so poor, I didn't even know what FU money meant.
Yeah. Your Bethany's so poor, she doesn't even
So
know what
poor.
FU money means. So, that's one thing. If you have that, it's like, go ahead. But, we don't. And so
Thank
when,
you.
when people do that, it's like, come on, dude. It's like,
I'm delicate like a flower.
Yeah. But at the same time, you don't put yourself out there and expect not to get that type of stuff. Anyway, so then, nervous Monday all day long.
Yes.
Just
Back to what we were actually.
back to what we're actually talking
Were
about.
you weirdly nervous on Tuesday too after the fact? Like after it was done, or did you feel relief?
No, actually, I was very snippy right after it was done Monday night because the energy was then released.
And you were tired.
But it was like waking up out of a coma. Like, in other words, I don't have a memory of the actual panel.
Oh, so not snippy as in agitated. Snippy.
No, as in agitated,
Okay,
because
all right.
I'm now waking up to, okay, where the hell am I?
And
How
the
did I
stress,
get here?
yeah.
And people are like, oh, you did a good job. And I'm like, nah. And, like we were driving, Cindy was asking me left or right. She was driving, and Bruce is in the back seat, and he's got a loud, booming voice, and he talks. And if somebody else talks, he doesn't stop talking. He just keeps going because he's got the floor, right? So he's in the back, talking about whatever. I'm in the passenger seat, and Cindy's next to me, and I'm looking at her, and she's very quiet and polite, not to interrupt Bruce loudly. And she goes, left or right? And I said, what? And then Bruce is blah, 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 in my ear, and she's like left or right. And I'm like, what? And then Bruce is blah 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 blah. And I go, what? And then she goes left or right. I'm like, oh, I don't care, whatever. What I forgot what I said, but I was snippy because I don't do this stuff. I don't do stage stuff, right? And so but anyway, it was fun.
You looked good. You looked good.
The hat was a bad choice.
Stop it. I love you in that hat.
Yeah, but not on a stage.
It was cute.
Yeah. Well,
Shut
anyway,
up. Shut up. I'm always right.
it was fun.
It's hard to get away with a hat on stage because of the lights, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I had this shadow and people were
over
like,
the
we
eyes.
couldn't see your baby blues. And I'm like, that's all right. They're hazel. So whatever. But anyway, so then the next day, what was that, Tuesday? I came in here and I interviewed Kelly Jekyll, who played the lead, and her husband, Mark Hapka, who, if you watched what's that show? Hannah Montana as a
Yeah.
kid. He was on that. And then he was on Days of Our Lives if you watch soap opera. So I said, well, let me interview the both of you. I'll interview. And more recently, he was in a show called Hot Take, Depp versus Heard, which was
I've heard of
he played Johnny Depp. And so I was like, okay, well, let's interview both of you then. And they're really fun, and we had fun with them, I think. And, well, I did. I don't know if the audience did. And then, what? And then that was, I don't remember. We probably went out and did something then. Then I took Bruce and his wife on a tour yesterday morning, and then we got a private tour of the Eisenhower farm at 3 p.m. Josh Bell, I believe was his name. He did a great job as a ranger.
Have they decked it out for Christmas yet?
Yeah, the tree is up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that when they put up the Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, and you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been to the Eisenhower farm, make sure that you go next time you're here, because and I haven't been there in over a decade until yesterday, and I was like, I don't know why I haven't been back here. It is such a cool, because in many ways it's no different than your grandmother's house. Like if you're my age,
It's 100% house.
Yeah. If your grandparents were young-ish in the 60s and maybe early 70s, and then they said, all right, we don't need to keep up with things anymore, and they just leave everything as you come along and they get older and all that. And that's kind of what it reminded me of. It's a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same style stuff, but then it's like the devil's always in the details, right? It's like, oh, grandma had a coffee table like that, and they go, oh yeah, that was a gift from the first lady of South Korea, and it's like, well, okay, my grandma didn't have that. So
she had the knockoff version.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was really cool, and Josh was a good guide through there, and so definitely get a chance. I think they reopened December 1st. Is that right? Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I tried to get
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get Chris Gwynn and I tried to get Jason Martz to take me down there so that I could have an excuse to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they both had a meeting.
Why don't you just show up and?
Because.
Do you know Josh?
No. See, they don't know me as well at Eisenhower.
Yeah, because you don't work together on
I
things.
don't
Yeah.
do as much at Eisenhower.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyway, it's great. Go and check it out. And then and that's it. And then yesterday I just completely disintegrated when I got home. I was exhausted. I was just exhausted. I still am.
Okay.
Still am. With a puppy, you can't get a full night's sleep either. It's a nightmare.
It's called I have a 3-year-old. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. The JFK show that we did in Murray on November 20th is already up or hovering around 5,000 views, which typically these things don't go that high very quickly. So that's good. The conspiracy theorists in the comments section are hilarious.
Are they just money, dude? You gotta love when you put something up like that. You know you're gonna get amazing.
And these aren't regular listeners. These are people who were into JFK. They searched it because it's the anniversary, which was the whole idea of doing it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then of course they come in, and my favorite are the ones who think that either the driver shot him or the real gunman was in the sewer.
The driver shooting him is the most ridiculous thing.
It is.
In the sewer.
In the like the gutter, like the drain.
Oh, and they come up out of
like under the like Pennywise. It's like, but meanwhile, I don't see a red balloon in any of the films. Yeah, Pennywise did it.
That explains so much.
Pennywise killed JFK.
Also, if that
was case closed.
Let's examine that for a minute.
Pennywise?
If that were the case, that he was shooting out of a sewage grate, right? Next to everybody down there and the car. You notice when he gets shot, like no one hears the gunshot.
Right.
Because it's from so far away.
Nobody reacts.
Well, if that would have been the case, if you would have shot, you know how loud that is when you shoot a weapon from inside, like a concrete structure?
Yes.
Right next,
of course. The echo's ridiculous.
Everybody would have heard it.
So Jim Garrison apparently, who the Kevin Costner character in JFK, he had a big trial and put this guy on trial and everything. Yeah, the whole back and the left thing. Well, one of his theories was this stupid sewer grate thing until he actually went to Dealey Plaza and stood there. And even he, the craziest of all crazies, was like, oh, you'd have to be 4'3" to fit into that thing. No, that's implausible. So, but there are still people that believe that. They don't hear the part where the guy that was a proponent of it was like, oh, that's ridiculous. I don't even believe that anymore. They just want to keep believing it. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do love, but I actually, I fully do not expect this invitation to be accepted, but I invited Gerald Posner, who's the guy who wrote the book Case Closed, to come on the show and talk more about it. Because of course, people in the comments section are saying he's a fraud, and and it's interesting. Now, the book Case Closed makes the case that Oswald did it.
Yep.
It was not his intention when he wrote the book. His intention was to write a book that covered the main conspiracy theories and helped you navigate them. He wasn't interested in proving anything.
One or the other, yeah.
But as he researched them, he found, holy shit, this Oswald guy, I think he kind of did it. Because he's a lawyer by training. And so the evidence led him there. So I wanted, he won't come on. But if he does, that's my goal, is to talk to him about that.
I have so many questions if he comes on.
Yeah.
Can I be here?
know.
You can be here, sure. He won't be in here. He'll be on the phone or something, but you could be here.
You never know. He could come to Gettysburg.
I'm pretty certain he won't.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain he won't.
Can you
That's
just
silly
say
of you
that?
to think so.
You've been McNaird.
See
All
this
right.
look I'm giving you?
I know, and I have to look away because it terrifies me. It
As
is
it
very
should.
scary. It is very scary. All right, so what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to take a break. It's good to be back. It's good to see you all. I hope you enjoy this show tonight. Our guest after this is Jill Sellers, so we'll be right back. Main Street, Gettysburg, Jill Sellers. We'll be right back.
We are too. We'll be right back.
I just said that.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinway Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
Enjoy historical stories on the History Fix platform. Explore movies, short films, and documentaries. Addressing Gettysburg podcast fans receive an extra $5 off the first year's annual subscription. Sign up at historyfix.com and use promo code Gettysburg. Every subscription includes a 7-day risk-free trial. Escape into history with History Fix.
This episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott. Narrator of Savis Beattie's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com.
The 1863 civilians of Gettysburg were reluctant witnesses to the Great Battle. Join Ken Rich, the man in the red shirt, for his historic town walking tours. You could book these tours by emailing ken@gettysburgtownhistory.com. That's ken@gettysburgtownhistory.com. And when you're in town, look for the guy in the red shirt.
And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
You're listening to the Addressing Gettysburg podcast with Matt Callery.
Want to promote your Gettysburg business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
All right, we are back now, and our guest is Jill Sellers from Main Street, Gettysburg. Jill was on just a couple weeks ago, right, Jill?
Right after the 30th anniversary of the movie.
That's right. That's right. To talk about the festivities.
Absolutely.
You've
And
got
what
a
a
lot
fun
of
time.
festivities.
This has
going
been
on.
a festive year.
It really has.
Yeah, and we're going to wrap it up big.
Yeah, with the Christmas festival?
Absolutely.
Yes. And when does that start?
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's right, December 1st.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's December already.
Absolutely.
So tomorrow, and what does it start with? What time does it start? What's the first? How does it all go? Tell us.
For me or for the world? So
For the world, for the visitors.
For the visitors. So the festival kicks off at 5:00 tomorrow evening. So we've got back-to-back entertainment on 3 stages throughout the downtown historic district. So the square, the library, and on Stanmore Avenue. So music, entertainment, food, all sorts of street
food.
performers. Yeah, absolutely. Just really a lot of businesses that are involved, a lot of nonprofits that are doing things. Just people have really stepped up this year. It's been phenomenal. And it's just going to be back-to-back fun for people of all ages. So come downtown and see stuff.
It really has been a year. A lot of good stuff going on. I mean, we start the year off with the movie Gettysburg Christmas being filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just had the premiere.
160th battle anniversary.
Well, it's 160th. Oh, that's right. Man, this was quite a year. You're right. 160th anniversary. The premiere. I'm assuming we're at the premiere the other night.
I was.
Yes. And what'd you think of the movie?
I loved it.
It was nice,
it was
right?
Cute. It was, just an endearing story, but just in such a special place. It just wrapped up around everything that we love about where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And the audience really seemed to love it. Like from the very beginning, once they saw Sachs Bridge in the beginning, they're like, oh.
Aww.
And then
we're all so cute.
And then the first shot they had of the square, people cheered for the square. They clapped for the square. Yeah, I was like, it's the square. You've never seen it before, but people really
we're famous now.
Love this town, and they love to see it on the silver screen, if you will. So, all right. So the festival. Back to the festival. Sorry, it starts tomorrow. What can people look forward to? How long does it last for?
So, starts Friday night at 5 and Sunday night at 5.
Okay, so it's just one weekend.
One weekend, yeah. So one weekend that is just packed full of lots of good things. Free shuttles, free parking in and around, lots of free activities for people to come and enjoy. The goal is really to just bring many people into town, see how we showcase our beautiful historic district for the holidays and any other time of the year, to just encourage commerce and promotion of our small businesses that are the backbone of what we do here and how we survive, and to really hope for repeat visitors so that they look at it and go, if it's this awesome at Christmas, it must be great in like April or July or whatever, and really look for opportunities to really grow our visitorship as much as possible.
And I was glad to see that able to get some footage of, I'm guessing it was last year's Christmas festival in a Gettysburg Christmas.
Correct.
Yeah, that was nice.
They did early. They worked with us and had some crews out there and got some B-roll footage of the performers and some of the decorations and things that go up at this time of year, and it really provided a nice backdrop for the movie itself to set a really nice ambiance for what it feels like here at Christmas time.
Yeah, it is I always say it reminds me of a Norman Rockwell painting here at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
the square is beautiful.
It is. Oh, it is.
At nighttime,
yeah.
Drive around. I go home that way on purpose. It's way out of my way. I go home that way on purpose just to be able
to be in Christmas.
It is. It's beautiful. We've got the Avenue of Trees on Steinway Avenue, which is all lit up down Emmitsburg Road, and there's really so many pockets of opportunity to take pictures and just really appreciate the season.
It is very. I love living here. And I hate to say that too often publicly, because then people go, well, maybe I should move there. Everybody talks about how great it is. I'm going to move here. And then it's going to ruin it, right? You get too many people here. Let's be honest. Come visit. Stay away. Don't move here. We're all full.
Just come visit.
Now that I'm here, it's all full up.
Right? Oh, my gosh. Jill.
We want visitors.
We want visitors.
We want visitors.
And then we want people to go home.
Well, because if we have more residents, we're going to have to build more neighborhoods, and we're going to lose our countryside. So we don't want to do that. No. So let's keep it pretty. But no, it's a great town because are we closing down the square this year for the festival?
So the road closures are the south half of the square gets closed.
Okay.
Baltimore Street all the way to High Street, which is where the library is.
Yep.
So that will be full of activities and entertainment and all sorts of food and things going on. The top half of the square, the northern side, will be controlled by temporary traffic signals, so there will be through traffic.
Okay.
It is a state road, so we have all sorts of rules that we have to follow to make sure that we stay functional.
Right.
And then we have a road closure on Steinway Avenue in front of the Heritage Center down in that direction, and so we'll have human foosball and bounce houses and all sorts of stuff going out there. Another stage out there, lots of local entertainment as well as other folks that are coming in. Everything from, cover band type folks. We've got a national recording artist, Faith Noel, that's coming. The Willies will be here, Tune Shifter, lots of local favorites, which is great.
The Willies are still around?
They are. They're
Wow.
fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying Steinway is closed and so is the square down.
Correct.
But
not in between.
But not in between. So like Steinway's closed from the light at Baltimore Street, or where is it closed from?
No, it's closed Queen Street to Culp Street. So
Got it. Near
Heritage Center to the gas station there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And then people can get around.
People can
other
get
ways.
around. Yeah. Tawny Town Road will still be open. You can still get to Washington Street and so forth. So there will be free shuttles to get you to all these different places. And so, park your car and spend the day. Most of it is within walking distance, reasonably so. But, the shuttles are a great opportunity to be able to, jump on and get to the next spot.
How much effort does this take to put this all together? I mean, it's got to be exhausting.
Did you see the little eye twitch that just happened? She's like,
No.
I hate it.
Started going into shock.
No, what's really amazing this year is I am in such a comfortable spot. One, because of the help that I have had this year, which is tremendous. So it's progressed to a point that we were able to hire an event coordinator as a seasonal person, and so that's been a huge lift. So Bonnie Grady, big shout out to her, who has helped with just everything across the board, scheduling and all sorts of people getting involved, and then volunteers. So for people that don't know, on the Main Street side of things, Main Street logs about $55,000 to $60,000 worth of volunteer efforts every year on behalf of downtown, and part of that is the Christmas festival. It's usually about $18,000 worth of volunteer hours that go into the Christmas festival, and those are the ones that I know about.
Right.
Those are the ones that come through me. There's many others. I'm sure that number could probably easily double, but this doesn't happen without those folks that come out out of the goodness of their hearts. And then just the financial lift is businesses stepping up and being sponsors and enabling all the things that make this come together, to pay for the road closure, to pay for porta potties, to pay for entertainment, to pay for all the things that have to, to make it look, like a wonderland. And it's going to be all of that starting tomorrow.
Well, next year or next event that you have, I hope that you would come to me when you need sponsors, and I'll see what I can do for that, because I would like to start doing something like that.
No, I'd love it.
How long have you been involved with Main Street?
I've been at Main Street for almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And how old is Main Street itself?
Main Street was founded in 1984.
Okay. Oh, so it's been around a while.
Yeah, long time.
And do you do anything else?
Oh my gosh, yeah. My real job, so to speak.
I wish people understood the amount of stuff Main Street does. Like, it is the unsung hero.
No, I don't mean does Main Street do anything. I'm asking Jill personally.
Oh,
like is this all you? Does your only job, or do you have? Is this a hobby, or is it like a side thing?
No,
Are you volunteering?
This is my only job. I do. Yeah, there's other volunteer things that I do. I try to volunteer at it used to be school. I've got one in high school, one in college now. And volunteer with my church and other organizations. But really, this takes up most of my time.
I would imagine.
It's definitely a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job just putting up with people like me. I mean, honestly, like
I
the
wish I
amount
had
of
more people like
questions
to put up with. Because no, I mean, I just the level of energy that this one brings to the world is just awesome. And seriously,
well, thank you.
And but no, I love what I do. The Christmas Festival is certainly our one staple event that we do every year, and then we have other things like the 30th anniversary of the movie, and we're hoping to bring back the long dinner and other things.
What's the long dinner? That sounds delicious.
The long dinner was in 2019. They closed.
It's delicious.
Yeah, they closed Baltimore Street.
Oh, yeah.
Lined it with tables.
Oh, that was great.
And we all ate like a family
Yes.
out in the road. It was
That was a
awesome.
great idea.
Yeah, and so we're really hoping to be able to bring that.
Oh,
back
that
at
would
some
be
point.
wonderful if we
Yeah.
could do that again.
Yeah.
Was that a springtime thing?
That
When
was
was
actually,
that?
that was actually in October.
It was fall.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't hot, but it wasn't freezing cold. So
Right,
it was
so-
one of those.
No, one of those. So
Oh, yeah. Please do that again.
Okay.
That was really cool.
yeah, no, we're getting a lot of requests for that. We'll see.
Yeah, that was a great idea.
It won't be in the fall because I will tell you that
everything's happening then.
The fall is and we start Christmas. You know, it's kind of like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. You know, you finish on one end and then you start the other. You know?
Right.
And that's kind of how Christmas is. You know, we'll wrap this up on Sunday night, then
Start working on
start
next
making
year.
the phone calls for next year.
Yeah.
But
That's too much Christmas.
It is starting. No, but it's starting to have a really nice rhythm to it. There's and like I said, we've got people that are just stepping up in just tremendous ways that are enabling me to be not nervous.
Yeah.
Can't believe you're a nervous person. That blows my mind. But
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
never get nervous
Around people.
Never get nervous. Always get ready. So
Well, I try to get ready, and the more ready I get, the more nervous I get. So I try to do what you do, where I just kind of walk into it blindly, and
And
but it
hope for
doesn't
the
always
best,
work.
yeah.
But this was too different.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good though. I mean, Monday night was awesome.
Oh, it was
the panel was awesome.
yeah.
You did well. You know, I mean, herding
Thank you.
cats up there was really not.
No, it wasn't easy to do.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
not.
but you looked good. You looked calm and.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
I did a lot of drugs beforehand. Oh my God. No, I didn't do any drugs. I'm just kidding.
So
I was completely sober. I was the only sober one there.
Uh-huh.
In the whole
I bet.
theater. In
I
the
don't
whole
doubt that
theater.
at all.
No, it could be.
One of the things that Main Street does that like people don't realize is the new welcome center.
Yes.
That you're working towards doing, because people forget, and I tout this all the time because you and I've talked about this before. I have a special place in my heart for public restrooms.
Don't we all?
Because having done events for so many years, the first thing everybody asks is, when can I pee?
Yeah.
And people underestimate how important that is in a
you
town
bet.
like this. And one of the people I work with always says to me, Bethany, you can't raise money for bathrooms. It's not sexy enough. And I said, you get me on Little Round Top in the middle of nowhere with a bus full of people, and I'll show you how sexy a bathroom can be.
Very sexy.
I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
That
and that is one of the things that I really love about Main Street is that a lot of what we do is kind of cathedral building. You know, we're building things that I may never experience in my lifetime. It's going to be a legacy that's going to be left to the next generations of. That's one of the projects that is on the table for that. We do a lot of grant writing and infrastructure projects that we hope to be able to invest in our historic district, for the longevity of it. And the Welcome Center's been on the kind of back burner for several years now, and it's really starting to. It's definitely moved up front.
Yeah.
Because people they certainly recognize the need, but they're now starting to be interested in investing in that need. Because the bathrooms aren't going to build themselves. We don't have an information center in the heart of downtown. There's no good reason for that. So we're gonna do something about it. So
And the businesses in the area should love the idea of a public restroom, because then people won't be going in trying to use theirs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. True statement. Yeah.
Oh, people coming in the museum doing that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, and like people who, you let one person in because they have a little boy
like
that's crossing their legs, and then it's like a train.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
people
it's like
coming
it's like they can sense it.
Yeah.
And they're all walking around frantically looking for a bathroom, and then you let one person in, and the mom's like,
Yeah, somebody's urinating.
Somebody
in a public restroom.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Somebody's got to let
Get
in.
me in.
Well, moms have that spidey sense.
Yeah,
You know how we
do.
are.
100%
gotta have it.
true.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking at the schedule here, or
And
the
that-
schedule,
Yeah, and that's not.
and there's a lot of stuff going on.
I know, and that's not even all of it. That's just what would
Really?
That is just what would fit on there. So
So you're having some contests.
yeah, we
Frozen T-shirt contest.
Oh, that is so super.
Sounds painful.
No. So
like frozen,
Like a wet T-shirt contest, but frozen.
No, nothing
Okay.
like that because kids are involved. It's a great family.
Oh, all right,
fun
right.
activity.
Okay.
So, anybody except my office manager Wendy gets to freeze the T-shirts, and that's because she froze them solid last year, and the kids couldn't get them fried apart. But you take a damp T-shirt, you wad it up, and you put it in the freezer, and then you take a team of kids, and they have to unfold
apart.
this T-shirt and get it on one of their
okay.
teammates. and that's the team that wins that can do that fastest.
Okay.
So super fun. Yeah.
All right.
Really
And-
fun activities. We got a great sponsor for that, and they are stepping up to do all those contests on Steinway Avenue and on the library stage.
Best dressed kids.
Yeah.
At the fest. What are we looking for there? Like suits or
No, fun things for
Fun
Christmas. You know, I mean,
but not ugly sweaters because there's an
No.
ugly sweater contest.
that's for grown-ups. We want cute
Oh.
kids and ugly sweaters on grown-ups.
Got
you
it.
know, kids in, beautiful Christmas, gowns and that kind of fun things that, kids do.
Sure. And what's the snow bus? I mean, that sounds self-explanatory.
It is. It's a big pair of like hula hoop pants, and you have to. One kid wears the pants, and the rest of the kids throw the snowballs into the pants.
Now, are these actual snowballs, or are they just like little
no,
plush
they're like
white
little
balls?
plush
Yeah.
snowballs. We don't have any snow right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You have to make
Where
a
have
lot
you
of
been
it.
living?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no snow here.
Cookie eating. Now, this contest I'm going to participate in.
Okay.
Because I will beat anyone who comes.
All right, you get signed up.
What kind of cookies? Do we bring our own or?
No, you don't bring your own. There's lots of cookies that will be there, so you'll.
What if it's a cookie you don't like?
Oh, that'll be hard to eat a lot of.
Oh, I don't get to choose? I can't choose my own cookie?
Don't know.
I'm
Is there a
giving
cookie
you
you don't like? Wait a minute, I'm confused.
Anything with raisins.
some oatmeal raisins.
Yeah, I
just
don't
for
like
him.
oatmeal
All right,
raisins.
well-
Oh, I'll still eat it.
Oh, see.
Is it a cash prize?
No, not cash prizes, but I will tell you that again, we've had a lot of good sponsors and things that have stepped up to give some awesome prizes for kids and so forth. So
Yeah.
really a great lift on the community's part.
This looks like a lot of fun. You know, I've always been kind of like a humbug when it came to Christmas.
Aw, well, we're gonna change that.
Well,
Starting tomorrow.
it's starting tomorrow.
right.
We're gonna do this stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. I can't do all of it because I have 2 shows to do on Saturday, but I'm going to do it when I have the time. We'll be screening of A Gettysburg Christmas on tomorrow, Friday. I'll be there. I think the first one, me and Bo are going there. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna do something at 4. What?
You're at 4.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you know this?
I do.
Oh, because I
She
called
helped
Bo.
plan it.
I'm
Okay.
part of that too.
Good,
so-
because I called Bo today. I said, "Are we doing a panel or something tomorrow at the first showing?" And he goes, "Oh, are we?" And I'm like, "I thought we were because you had mentioned it." So neither one of us. He said, and this is true. He goes, "I just do what Chris tells me to do." So Chris Webb, his girlfriend / handler / producer. So I guess okay. So 4:00. Well, I'll see you at 4 then. We'll be there.
I think he's doing an intro tomorrow, and then they're doing a panel on Saturday night. If I have,
All right. And so who's in the panel?
I don't know that part. I didn't.
That you didn't know.
Yeah,
But
I
you
didn't-
know when it is.
I do know when it is.
I
All right,
just
we'll
want to
figure it
point out that the look on her face when you asked her what was happening was probably the look of like, I'm going to kill you. Do not look at your emails.
No, it's
No, I don't have an email from you, do I?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
I
have
don't
an
know.
Okay. I'm just saying.
And the answer is no, I don't look at my emails.
Just get him. Come on. He's Jill, come on.
Listen.
He's played fair so far. It's all
Okay.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We'll let it go.
Now, Cameron Mallow was in the back there, and I don't know if you know, he was a substitute teacher down in West Virginia, and he had to be a substitute for band class, and he recorded this little ditty. And I wonder if you can't play it over the speakers while the festival's going on. It goes a little something like this. A lot of dynamic range there. And he's not actually a musician, Cam. He just
I wouldn't have noticed
was a
that. Thanks for telling me.
No, but anyway, Jill, thank you for coming in. I hope that this is going to be a success.
Yeah.
I
And thank you
assume
for
it's
all
going to
you
be a
do.
success.
Honest.
Really, you
People
and Main Street, you guys. I don't think people really know what goes on in this town. Like all the organizations, they might have heard the names, but they don't know what they do. You're always welcome to come here and tell everybody what you got going on, what you're up to, because I think it's a great thing that Main Street does. So, thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for.
You're very welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on another break. We'll be right back afterwards with fun and
Aren't you
frivolity.
glad you used Dial? We are too. We'll be right back.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300.
To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top, just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Seems like we haven't seen you in forever. Welcome back to Addressing Gettysburg Today. Here's Matt.
Thank you, Huevos. Welcome back indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, for perhaps the last time, as you know him, perhaps the next time you see him, he'll dress as Santa Claus. Cameron Mallow, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
What'd you do?
Just had some food right there at my house. Stayed
What'd
up
you eat?
here.
Did you make a turkey?
No.
Was Janelle there?
No.
Were you alone?
I was all by myself.
Oh. Did you cry?
He was trying on a Santa Claus outfit.
Your regular mic is working, Cole.
I know, but I wanted to try it. It sounds very much like an intercom.
Scared the shit out of me.
Bueller.
Oh, man. Okay, now what happened?
I lately, the past years on Thanksgiving, I just stay up here, go on the battlefield on Thanksgiving. I went out and got me one of those big share.
Right. Big chairs. Big
Turn
chairs?
that music off.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Care chairs? Care Bears.
Care Bears?
No.
Go ahead.
I went out and got.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just had I went and got me some of that, like a KFC meal.
Okay.
You had KFC for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I had like chicken, mac and cheese, the
And
stuff
mashed
you'd
potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, the stuff you'd have at Thanksgiving.
Those are
Wait, you didn't
some
even
of
get
the
a
things you
famous
have for
bowl, bro?
Thanksgiving.
You went to KFC and you didn't even get a famous bowl?
You didn't get a famous bowl?
No.
You don't get
The hell's a famous
bowls on Christmas. On Thanksgiving, you get chicken and mashed potatoes and
You don't
mac
get
and
chicken, you
cheese.
get turkey. Didn't you go to Kentucky Fried Turkey? No. Oh. All right. So you sat and you ate your 8-piece family meal.
No, I didn't eat.
You had your rice bowl? Or your potato bowl?
Just tell the story.
Tell the story.
I just had a normal meal. I just had enough. I dipped out on my plate and had a nice little meal there at my place.
Do you eat? Do you just rip the skin off and eat it, or do you eat the whole thing? Because I like to just eat the skin and then I leave the rest for everybody else.
You are that asshole.
Yes. Jesus, Bethany, come on! It's the family show.
I'm sorry, but that is like evil.
Oh my God, Bethany. No, I don't do that. Eric Cartman
Okay.
does that though.
Okay.
So you that's what you did alone. Did you cry?
No.
I would have cried.
I was fine.
Okay. Did you give thanks
Yeah.
to the Lord above?
Yeah.
All right, good. What did you give thanks for? Obviously me. What else?
Definitely not you.
You gave thanks
What
for
else?
me?
You're.
To Beth?
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're nothing but a headache to me sometimes. Some of the shenanigans of that keyboard.
Shenanigans. Okay, so you didn't give thanks for me. Did you give thanks for
Bethany.
Bethany?
You don't worry about who I gave thanks for.
Or your red wagon?
I got a real red wagon.
How about Janelle? Did you give thanks for Janelle?
Don't worry, I gave thanks.
Dear Lord above, thank you for Janelle, is what you said, right?
And a lot more things.
And okay, so did you watch the Macy's Day Parade?
Nope.
Okay, do you have a television viewing Thanksgiving tradition? People watch the parade, the football game,
planes, and automobiles.
trains, planes, and automobiles.
Nope.
Which
didn't
you
really
love
do that.
trains.
I did that when I was younger. But,
Okay, what do you do now?
Well, not
He went
really.
on the battlefield, he said.
Right, but at night.
I just hung out there at my house, worked on my book, my upcoming book.
Now you've got a book that you're working on the Swamp Dragons, called
The Loyal West Virginians, the Swamp Dragon.
The Mighty Swamp Dragons, and now this is all joking aside, folks. I know we like to joke around with Cam, but I'll be serious for a minute here. Time me.
About time.
Yeah, this is the first book that you're aware of, right? Or that has ever been written about the Swamp Dragons, the mighty, mighty Swamp Dragons.
Yeah.
And so you had to find firsthand accounts or newspaper accounts, right? I mean, there's no other book to go off
There
of, right?
is none.
So you've had to piece this story together by yourself.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
See, I suck at the research part. Cam, if you want to do the research part, I can synthesize it into bullet points for you.
Oh, he's got what, 28,000 words you said?
Yep.
28,000 words. What? Why did we have to bleep?
She started cussing
It was
again.
supposed to be funny.
Oh.
See, you ruined it.
Well, how many pages is it?
104 pages.
Oh my God. Are we supposed to bleep that?
No.
Okay, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Cam, you were saying.
Oh, shit. Exactly.
Okay. You were saying now. So let's back to serious mode. Mighty Mighty Swamp Dragons, and you're the only guy writing a book about it. How many pages are you thinking it's going to be?
I don't know. I'm just going until I'm done writing.
Single space, double spaced?
Double space.
What size is the font?
12 font.
Okay, but then you're gonna do a big book, small book? No.
Have you ever printed it?
A couple times, just what
And
I
it was
have.
how many pages?
134 some pages.
Dang.
But that's like 8.5 by 11 pages, not like what size are you gonna make the book?
Right now, this is just a rough draft.
Right, of course.
Written.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't
So
know.
you have a publisher for this, though. You're not doing this through like
I
Amazon.
have people interested. I'm not going to try to do it myself. There's
Okay.
no way I can afford to do it, but I have had couple people say they're interested in it.
Like Simon and Schuster. Who are we talking?
No, I don't really want to give out because they.
I think you said it a couple of weeks ago on the show, though.
I did.
You did, and you didn't mean
well,
to.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
They're a state publishing company that does it that publish books down West Virginia.
Okay. Like with this affiliated with a state school or
No,
the
just-
state, just like a private company, not run by
Yeah.
the state. Yeah. Okay.
Then I've been working on the database, and I even now got into doing some videos every now and then out on the
I
battlefield.
saw that.
when I'm walking.
I liked the one video I watched. You were like, "Hey, everybody, I'm going to show you." I forget what it was. I think it was Devil's Den. It was Devil's Den, and I'm going to show you Devil's Den and everything. But the camera was on you the whole time, and then you finally flipped it over. But at one point you said something like, "I'm going to share with you my knowledge, but if I don't know it, hey, I'm still learning." And I think that's important to do.
Yeah.
Because there's always somebody out there who's hoping he's going to treat you as if you're presenting yourself as the expert who's the
I'm
end
not
all
an
be all.
expert.
But
There's always something new to learn.
there's always something new to learn. And that's what those people don't understand, is that you're always learning. Even the bona fide experts are always
Even
learning.
the licensed battlefield.
That's what
say that all the time.
I'm talking about. Yeah. They're always learning. All right. Listen, couple of things we got to get through here, Cam. So let me ask you your opinion on a couple of things. One last chance. You going to be Santa Claus for the kids next week?
Don't you dare start this again.
No, I'm just one last chance because
No.
there's a Santa outfit out there. And here's the thing, though. Listen, you can say no. That's fine. But if you say no, that means I have to be Santa Claus. Then the next question is, and this is to everybody, do I play Santa Claus straight, as in, oh, ho, ho, or do I play it as Cam because we really want Cam to be Santa Claus? So is it Cam as Santa? Is it Matt as Cam as
I don't
Santa?
think you could pull me off because I got.
I'm
too
not
much
pulling
of
you off ever.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could be because I got such a West Virginia accent, you couldn't pull it off.
Do you hear me imitate you all the time?
You do that with a bullhorn. You don't do that.
I do that. I do that. It's not just the bullhorn, and the bullhorn don't make me sound like you. Genius makes me sound like you.
You're New Jersey. I'm West Virginia.
Right.
And I got more pride for my state than you even got for New
That
Jersey.
means nothing. We're talking about dressing as Santa Claus.
And you can't.
I have a question.
What?
If I'm Mrs. Claus,
Yes.
which apparently I am going to be.
You don't have to do West Virginia accent.
Okay, good, because I can't.
No, you be nice and normal.
I'll be nice and normal.
Yes, and I'll
opposed
be
to evil
the
and normal
crazy
like I
hillbilly
normally am.
Santa Claus. I'll be like, woohoo!
Why don't you just do the Joe Diffie, Leroy the Redneck Reindeer song then next
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
How about but here's the thing: if I have to be Campta Claus, it's not ho ho ho. It's hey hey hey.
It's hey.
Hey hey hey.
Yeah. Oh, 100.
Hey hey hey. And then the kids will have to tell Campta Claus what they want for Christmas.
Well, then I'm in the hot seat
Unless
next week.
Cameron just
Does
agrees
Santa
to dress as Santa
No,
Claus.
I'm not doing it.
I got a
Okay, then
Santa
you're
suit.
gonna have to do it.
I spent $80 on a Santa suit, Cameron. I got it 3X so we could really stuff
How big
ourselves.
do you think I am?
No, I got it
can
so that
put
we could
stuffing
stuff
in.
ourselves.
No.
Yes. How about I'm in one pant leg and you're in the other? We'll be Siamese Santas.
No. There's no way I'd do that.
I don't want to do that either. That's disturbing.
All right, so you're going to be Santa.
No.
You're going to be Santa for the
No,
children.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Come on, for the children.
Matt?
All right, fine. Then, kids, Uncle Cameron doesn't like you. I'm sorry to say.
Uncle Cameron.
But Uncle Matt Cameron will be Santa Claus for you.
I apparently get
I'll
to
let you
wear a
say-
wig.
I'll let
Wait,
you
do I
say-
have a costume?
I'm going to get a costume for you since you agreed to do it. I'll get the costume. Yeah. It's a write-off.
They have it in big girl sizes.
I don't know. You'll have
This
to
is
tell
a
me.
legit
You'll have
question
to, all right,
because normally there's like sexy Mrs. Claus.
all right, then
and
you
please
go.
don't-
You go on Amazon. You pay for it, and then I will reimburse you. Okay.
I'm never gonna.
I don't want to. I'm not going to ask you your size. That's rude. I know people don't like to do that. So you find one that is what you consider.
You just tried to say I was 3X.
No, I didn't. You
No.
interpreted it that way. I got 3X so we could put a lot of stuffing in and make us look like Santa Claus.
You have to put like the tummy in.
Yeah. There's a belt.
All right, because I'm not doing like they have this sexy Mrs. Claus. Have you ever seen?
I'll wear sexy
No, I
Mrs.
haven't seen that one.
How about this, Kim? You be Santa. I'll be sexy Mrs. Santa,
No, I'm
and then
not-
she can be
not
regular
doing
Mrs. Santa.
Nope.
Who's pissed off at Santa's girlfriend?
Yeah, I'll be Santa's girlfriend. Come on now, isn't this getting fun? Ah, really? No. Okay, fine. All right. All right. So then, then that's that there. So Colby, what do you think? Should I do serious Santa or Campta Claus?
I mean, when in doubt, go funny.
Yeah, right. I think you're right.
You can't pull me off. That's one thing.
First of
That's
all,
dirty. You got to stop saying
stop saying that, please. Number one. Number two. I don't know where you've been, but the audience certainly knows. I've been you off for 2 or 3 years now. I've been doing. What are we talking about?
It's a relationship now.
Yeah.
No. I got a girlfriend. Just getting her up here is the main mission right now.
Yeah, we're having trouble with that, aren't we?
Oh my.
We'll get her up here. We'll get her up here. We'll figure
Talk about
something
a
out.
headache trying to get her up here.
Oh well, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's tough. It's tough to find work. I'll tell you that. All right, let's do this. So if you going back to a Gettysburg Christmas, if you go on the IMDb, Colby, I think it's in pictures. If you want to just go to that real quick and show everybody talking about. There we go. In the trivia section, it says Matt Callery, host of the wonderful history podcast Addressing Gettysburg, was instrumental in making sure the Ports Potus on set had warm seats. Now, did you do this? Because the misspelling makes me think it's someone who either is not good at spelling.
What are they trying to say?
They're trying to demean me.
I don't even
And they're
know
trying
how
to
write
say
one.
that the only work I could get there was keeping the porta potty seats warm.
When was that even wrote? Don't blame it on me.
When was it written, Cameron?
I'm glad to see 0 people found it helpful at this point. I don't know what I don't know. Somebody brought it to my attention last
don't
week.
look at me. I don't know how to leave
Is it legit real?
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Cam,
how to leave.
I'm teasing. I don't really think it was you.
I would never do that.
Yes, you would. That's funny.
I would not do that.
But that's funny. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, I think you did it, so you can blame me.
Oh, that's funny. But I would have spelled porta potties correctly. They spelled it ports, Pottis, ports pottis. And that
They must be in the Navy.
So I took the screenshot and I shared it on, social media because
That was actually funny, Cam.
have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
And somebody pointed that out and they're like, you'd think that if they're going to make a joke like this, that they would get the spelling right.
Well, it may have been just like a can't get it back type of thing.
Hatred is a blinding thing, right?
I don't think they hate
I think this is not a. This was intended to demean and to hurt. So that's why I'm embracing
What
it.
if it wasn't? What if it was somebody giving you your due?
Exactly. You see?
Your due.
My do. So, like, how do you keep a porta potty seat
You sit
warm?
on it.
Yeah. And I had to run back and forth between the men and the women's
That's
porta
rough.
potty.
That's
it was.
rough.
My knees are still killing me, and that was almost a year ago.
I'm telling you.
It's a hard time. All right, so listen, Colby. One of the I just got a new thing here. It's a little Christmas gift to us all, and I want to test it out now. So let's go. I'm going to mute your regular mic, and we're going to go to the intercom that you kind of introduced there earlier to everybody. But that's okay now. So go ahead. You know which button to press. Now let's pretend.
Hello?
Yes, Colby. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, now, so I need the audience's input here. Can you understand what he's saying? Let's just have a conversation real quick. So the idea of this is...
Well, conversation, there's got to be, breaths and pauses so the other person can talk back.
But the idea of this is that sometimes we have 2 guests in here, and I need 2 microphones. I only have 4 mic inputs. And so it's 1, 2, 3, where Cam is, and 4 in the back there.
You should tell them the real reason why this is.
Why?
Because Cam's always in here talking too loud.
Well, and that too. And Cam's always in there doing the Cam show, and then I have to... You do!
I do not!
Oh, my God.
Cameron. All right. You look at your nose is growing as we speak.
That's right, Pinocchio. He touched his nose. That's true. It's true though, and so I had to come up with something now. But it's 2 reasons there. It is 2 reasons. The one I said, and also because sometimes it's not just you, Cam. Other people get back there. Bo is just as bad as you. When he's back there, him and Chris, they're doing the Bo and Chris show. If you're all 3 of you are there, it's the Bo, Chris, and Cam show. It's a freaking nightmare. So I got to close Colby's mic, and then that means Colby can't participate.
Don't you wish you had a camera up there in the corner?
Someday, if I can ever get this computer working right, I'm going to get it. Anyway, point is, so Colby then can participate when I have 4 microphones in here. We're not closed off from the back. So let's pretend, Colby, we're having a little discussion in here about something, Bethany, me, and the 2 guests, and blah, 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 blah.
Something.
And Colby, you have to tell me something that somebody says in the comments, okay?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. And interrupt, Colby, whenever you want.
Just like interrupt.
And the people in their underwear.
You're going to interrupt?
Are you, hey, Colby, wake up!
I'm awake. I was actually reading a comment to try to find a good one to give you, but
okay.
The only one I found was someone saying I sound like I should be taking their order for vanilla milkshake.
There you go. Well, and we can play that game.
It sound like a McDonald's drive-thru.
Well, that's what it is, Cameron. It's an intercom. Go ahead, say welcome
It's
to the
almost a sin that we said vanilla milkshake and you thought McDonald's.
Yes.
What's up with that, man?
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
We need to fix that.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. Let's see. What if we did dueling drive-thrus? Say, go ahead, Colby. You're at McDonald's. I'm Wendy's. Go.
I don't even know how they start.
All right, I'll start.
Hello, welcome to Wendy's. May I take your order?
And then you say, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Are you using your mobile app today?"
Yeah. There you go.
The mobile app, dude. That's class. You got it, man.
All right, so go ahead.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using your mobile app today?
Would you like a Frosty with that?
I always like Frosties.
Delicious Frosties.
Mm-hmm. What are those people that dip fries in Frosties?
Oh, those are weird people.
Well, sorry, guys.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really?
You're one of those.
Mm-hmm. Will that be large fries?
No.
Tiny fries.
Tiny fries.
Tiny fries.
My sister and I used to make fun of my dad because when we would go on family trips, we'd stop, somewhere along the way.
Well,
and we'd go to a McDonald's. No, go ahead. Interrupt the story.
Dude, you didn't even get halfway through that sentence.
I didn't even get a tenth of the way through it. So we'd go on this, and he'd stop at a McDonald's, right? And the girl would be like,
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?
And he'd lean, he'd lean halfway out the window because he doesn't believe that it could pick up the sound. And he'd be like, 1 double cheeseburger, small fry, and, Coke.
Yeah.
And my sister and I would crack up when he would say small fry because it's like he only wants one. And we couldn't understand why he couldn't say small fries. And then he would hear us laughing. We'd be like rolling in the back seat, like literally rolling around hysterical. And he'd look over his shoulder and go, what?
Yeah.
What? And then she'd be like,
was that a small French fries?
Yeah, small fry, filet-o-fish. Really pronounces the O. And I never understood why you couldn't do the fries. All right, so anyway, Cole, that's what so the intercom is going to be there for when we have all 4 mics in here, okay? And then, you just have to break in every once in a while, and you're in control of when it's on or off. And then, But now if we get into like a situation where we're having a long conversation, then we're going to say, Colby, come in here, and then Cindy can take over, or Debbie or somebody else can take over running the cameras while you're in here to join the conversation. How's that sound?
I'm going to get invited into the main room.
That's right.
Man.
That's right. This is your
However,
ticket in.
there is a password.
There is a password.
I don't need a password.
Whoa! Confident.
He just said it on live air. I'm going to be invited into the room. I don't need no password.
That's true.
We don't need no
passwords.
Nobody got time for that.
We don't need no stinking passwords. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, Cole?
Oh my God, that's...
Sounds like a plan.
So you're not always relegated to the crappy intercom. It's only when we have 2 guests.
I actually kind of like it. It's almost like a little persona, an on-air persona.
Well, if I'm being honest, I like it too. For that
I bet
reason.
a lot of people listening hate it.
I'm sure none of them can make out what you're saying.
Especially when I start talking about the Marine Corps in this thing.
Oh God, is he a Marine? Yeah. All right, so that's the plan there. All right, Cameron, what do you think of that?
I guess whatever
he
works.
thinks it's great.
All right, and then the final.
I could have sworn he was going to say, "I gotta pay."
Intercom Forrest Gump is the best. Do it again.
When we were in the war, we went through all kinds of rain. A little bit of stinging rain and big old fat rain. Rain that flew in sideways and rain that seemed to come straight up from underneath. Dude, it even rained at night.
It's the Forrest Gump speaker.
Yes,
yes, Cameron. Welcome to the joke. All right.
Cameron.
All right. So
Cameron, sweetheart.
You don't know how many. You don't know that just became a dangerous weapon when I'm in that other room.
Hey.
Hi. Well, I can disengage it here too.
You said you
There's
could.
also a little off switch I don't think he'll find in here, so I can always just.
Oh, I'll find it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The on and off switch is hidden. Plus, you'd have to bust your way over Colby, and he's a Marine, and he knows how to kill you with his pinky.
Whoa!
And if you jump in over him like that, you might.
Allegedly.
sorry, allegedly.
Well, my father was a military policeman.
What does that have to? You're not. He's a Marine. You are not. Your father's veterancy does not transcend down to you, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Except if you're joining the VFW.
But even then, not as a full member, right?
No, you can't.
Oh, you can be?
Oh, not the VFW. You got to be a veteran of a foreign war to be in the VFW. I mean,
Yeah, you have to be a kid. You can be a kid or a grandkid.
Yeah, see, I can join.
Well, then go and join the VFW, Cameron, and you can play little small games of chance.
They have good food at the VFW.
They really do.
Cheap drinks too.
No, my
And
dad's.
cheap drinks, but he doesn't drink.
And great stories all around.
That's right. Great drinks, great stories, great food.
My dad's group does a lot of dances and like New Year's.
Oh, they were in a dance group?
No, they have DJs come in do like a dance, hold a dance. They also have I think New Year's down back in Petersburg. They're bringing a mechanical bull in for New Year's Eve.
Really? At their VFW?
Yeah.
Interesting. You going to go to that?
I'll probably be up here.
We're going to have a mechanical bull in the square just for you.
Yeah.
Somebody get Jill back in here.
Can we get a mechanical bull for Cam? Jill, if you're watching.
All right. So let's see here. We played this in the beginning. People that are listening on what's the word? Patreon.
You can do it.
Will not have heard this in the beginning because it's not recorded on the recorder, but we're going to play it right now. And actually, nobody in the room has heard it except Colby and Cindy. They witnessed it.
We couldn't even hear it.
I said nobody in the room has heard it, Cameron.
You're in a different room.
No. Okay.
Everybody
forget what I'm saying. It's not a point to belabor. Here,
all I can see was see it.
Here is the highlight of, not the highlight, but here's one part of the panel that we did.
Let me guess, you embarrassed yourself.
Yes.
I saw you have to stand up and take a bow.
Yeah, that wasn't taking a bow. That was me begging for forgiveness. Here we go.
Right now, I'd like to do about 45 minutes of some freeform comedy.
Just kidding. You forgot to introduce someone.
Who did I forget to introduce?
You know.
No, I don't. Who? Oh, our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to the back of the room and we can get a spotlight back there. Martin Sheen. Oh, just kidding.
You did that joke again?
So at the 30th...
Oh, man, they're so disappointed again.
At the 30th anniversary, you know, Marty was not able to make it. And so we did a panel, and there were about 200 people in the room. Yeah. And
200 disappointed people.
And all of a sudden he says, I have a special guest for you, Martin Sheen. And everybody
They all
heard that he
stood
wasn't
up.
coming.
They got their cameras out. They're like, oh, my God. And he didn't. And then I just said, nah, I'm just kidding. He's not here. And they booed.
People got mad.
Oh, they were so mad. One guy just chewed me out online the next Monday.
Nerd.
It was terrible. It was terrible. And I'm sorry to have to do that to you again, but it's our routine now. So that's how it goes.
All right, so there it is. That's we did it. We are Bo and I are taking the McNair, not the McNair. Jesus Christ, I need to go to bed. Bo and I are taking the Martin Sheen joke on the road. Everywhere we go, we're going to say that Martin Sheen is our special guest until people get sick of it.
Wouldn't you just shit if Martin Sheen actually
That's what I was
showed
getting ready to
up?
say.
Well, that's what Bruce Boxleitner said. He goes, one day you're going to turn around and he's going to be there. And that's the goal. It's like Beetlejuice. We figure if we say his name more than 3 times, so in this case enough, he'll show up.
To drive to Ohio and go talk to him myself.
What?
Ohio?
That's where I heard he lives at, right?
No, he was.
I always try and tell people where everybody lives, including yourself.
You said it on here a while
Come
back.
on down to my house. It's at 3355 Mockingbird Lane.
No, it's 311.
No, don't give your address away, Cameron.
Seriously, what are you doing?
Yeah, you don't understand. People want to kill you. Nobody wants to kill you.
You know, just to see what your reaction would be if Martin Sheen actually walked in the door. I'm about half tempted to reach out to him, tell him what your joke's been, and get him to come out.
Do you think if it was as easy for you to reach out to Martin Sheen to get him come and be a part of a prank, you think I couldn't have gotten him on the show already? If it was that easy to get a hold of Martin Sheen. Cameron?
I was so loved.
Use that brain of yours and think about it for a second. Would it be that easy?
You'd be surprised who I've talked to and you not known about.
Who? Who have you talked to?
I'm not telling you.
Your mom.
Senator Manchin?
None of your business.
My business?
It's none of your business.
Oh, none of my business. All right. Bethany, are you ready?
For what? I'm so confused as to where we are right now. Is it for the news?
Are you ready for the news?
Yes.
Yeah, Bethany, are you ready? What
I'm
else
ready.
are you gonna? What else
I don't know. I thought you were gonna announce something.
Nah. All right, here we go.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. With AG Today's lead anchor, Bethany Yingling.
Sidewalk conditions and weekend events and cars crashing into buildings. Whatever is happening, Bethany's got it and brings it all to you. 'Cause it's Bethany's news, Bethany's news, Bethany's news. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Let's go.
Where did this idea come from? No. Avril his mint elegantly.
All right. All right. By the way, Bethany's news today is brought to you by our buddy Cameron Mallow. He's a rising star. Did you know this? In the public history field, Cam specializes in delivering talks about the loyal West Virginians, the Swamp Dragons. Now's your chance to book Cameron to come and talk to your roundtable, book club or bachelor party or knitting party or bikini waxing. To book Cameron, shoot him an email over at CameronMallowSpeaker@gmail.com. We set that account up. Have you checked it?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember the password and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Cameron Mallow Speaker. That's CaMMALLOW Speaker@gmail.com. That's not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron will come and talk to you about the Swamp Dragons, and it is actually very interesting.
Anything else?
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything else, please, Cameron.
Well,
say
history.
What if they say, yeah, please come and talk to my roundtable about where babies come from? You going to be able to do that? You don't even know. The stork is not real. Sorry to tell you that. The stork is not real. All right, that's CamMallowSpeaker@gmail.com. Bethany's News is brought to you by that today. Go ahead, Bethany. What do you got?
Okay. So, some hot off the press news from the national park.
All right.
We have a new acting superintendent and acting deputy superintendent at the Gettysburg National Military
Cameron
Park
Mallow.
and Eisenhower National Historic Site. Christina Heister, who was, when Steve was here, she was the deputy superintendent. She will now be the acting superintendent for a period of 120 days. But that is as of when Steve left, which was November 5th. So the problem with that is once 120 days is up, if we don't have a replacement,
permanent, yeah,
we get somebody else. So it
would be another
keeps going,
temporary,
temporary.
Okay.
And I guess Christina would go back to being the deputy superintendent, because she's moving up.
Do you think that Cam could eventually get into that position? Will they take anybody?
No.
Okay, sorry, Cam.
I would do it if I could.
You wouldn't?
I would.
No, you would not.
No,
This
you
is
would.
the
You don't
job
want that
from hell.
job. You don't want that job.
So the acting deputy superintendent is now Zach Belatho, who
I like Zach.
I know, I love him. So of course he'll do 120 days now, but that is of course starting as of November 5th.
So could he then move up to super?
So
he's deputy
No,
for 120. Oh,
So what will end up happening is they'll go to probably another park and ask somebody who is a
It'll
head
be a
honcho
term.
elsewhere.
It'll be like so many month term.
It's 120 days.
Yeah. Until they can actually put the job announcement out for somebody to apply for it.
okay.
Yeah. So Zach is his real job, quote unquote, is the chief of resource stewardship and planning. So he's in charge of a lot of departments within the national park here at Gettysburg. So he'll be the acting deputy superintendent, and he's worked at Gettysburg since 2011, and he's a sweetheart. So I'm, any kudos you can throw at Zach, go for it.
Yeah.
Christina, I don't know as much.
What's that?
We have a question.
Go ahead.
So, can the acting deputy, the person who's acting as the superintendent now, can she apply for
Yes.
the job of superintendent?
Yes.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah. She can.
Does she have to wait a certain period of time, or can she just do it?
I don't know the answer to that, but I think
They
as
got-
long as it is
they got
open,
a,
they can apply for it.
There's a site, of course you've heard of it.
USAjobs.com?
USAjobs.com. They would put it there, and then people can apply for it who is at that grade level. Now, I
Right.
have heard of people at
Yeah, you have to be at
lower-
a certain level.
Well, sure. So,
But I have heard of people at a lower grade level before for certain reasons getting jumped.
like second or third grade.
No, not.
Oh.
I'm talking about like the pay grade level that they're at.
All right.
They're one thing I've learned in working for the working park service over the years is anything can happen.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anything can, and
One thing I've learned in life over the years,
Is that anything can happen.
Yeah.
but I got a good. I'm excited for the new superintendent for who's the
Whoever it's going to be.
well, the one that's currently because I've met her a couple times.
Yeah, she's very nice. I see her in the hallway a lot. Unfortunately, I don't she's always on her way to somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't had a lot of stop and chats?
Like, let's stop and chat.
Right.
But she's always been very sweet to me.
All right.
One thing about Zach that I thought was interesting that I didn't know about him, his civil service began as a rural training instructor with the United States Peace Corps in the Solomon Islands in the South Pacific.
Interesting.
I did not know that about him.
I did not either.
All right. Some other things coming out from the national park. They announced yesterday that the holiday tradition continues at Eisenhower National Historic Site. So they are opening up Eisenhower for the Christmas tours. So the house is all decorated for Christmas. It'll be open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays throughout the month of December, starting tomorrow. So here's the interesting part about that. There's going to be tours. They're kind of self-led a little bit, but it's only 40 visitors may be at the home at once. So if you get there and there are other people in there, you're going to have to wait. So just be prepared, dress warmly. There's not like really a place for you to sit it out if you're going to be sitting there for a little bit. So just be prepared. But it is going to be open. And the when I was going through the visitor center today, they did put the nativity scene up in the lobby.
And from Eisenhower.
From Eisenhower. Yeah. All right. Then today they announced the commemorate the Battle of the Bulge with Eisenhower National Historic Site. So it is the 179th anniversary of the costliest battle of World War II. They're going to do a special ranger-guided walking tour of the Gettysburg National Cemetery on Saturday, December 16th at 3 p.m. And they're going to kind of go over some of the people that are buried in the cemetery who fought in that particular battle.
You mentioned the cemetery, and I don't segue this way to make light of anything, but it reminds me, my friend Peter sent me this email. He says, I was messing around with ChatGPT and asked it to write the Gettysburg Address, but with Donald Trump as president. It did a pretty good job capturing both essences. You want to hear it? I don't do a Trump impression, but I'll try. Let's at least... sorry, wait, that was the wrong one. Let me... Hold on a second. I'm so sorry, everybody here. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Okay, hello? Okay, yes, we are in the fields, so there shouldn't really be an echo, but... Okay, ready? Here we go. I can't do Donald Trump, so I'm just going to be loud and bombastic, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic people of this nation, we're here in Gettysburg, a tremendous place, very historic. I've built some of the best buildings, you wouldn't believe it, but today we're talking about a battle, a big battle. Now, our great country is facing some challenges. We've got tremendous soldiers, the best, fighting for what is right. We're dedicated to a proposition, a tremendous proposition. All men are created equal, folks. I've been saying this for a long time. We're going to make America great again, but it's also about equality, equal opportunity for everyone. We're on a great battlefield, a field like no other, and we're winning, folks. We're going to win so much that you'll be sick of winning. But we've got to remember those who fought, those who made the ultimate sacrifice. It's tremendous what they've done. It really is. It really is. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. We're going to keep winning. We're going to win so much you'll get tired of winning. But we'll never forget what happened here on this great, great battlefield. It is for the people. This government of the people. Isn't it great? This government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's what we're doing. And we're doing it big. We're going to have a government that's tremendous, and it's going to be for you, the people. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and God bless America, the greatest country in the world. Thank you.
Lincoln didn't say that.
Oh, my God, Cameron. Can you follow a joke? Holy crap. Did you not hear the whole setup? Are you kidding me? You're busting my balls, right?
Lincoln didn't
Holy jeez. Go ahead. What's the next story, kid? Beth?
I
I'm gonna
don't
shoot
even
this
know
kid.
what to do. All right, so follow up for those of you.
A president would never say that.
No, that's for you, Cameron, not Lincoln. He only got one. Go ahead.
Whoa. Okay. So for those of you that have been following through our breaking news stories.
Sorry.
About
Sorry.
our local person who tried to run for borough council.
She's not at it again, is she?
She is at it again. It's a little bit of an older story, so we're waiting to hear the updates on this. But Kirsten or Kristen or Demps or Belle or whatever she wants to be called now has filed a cease and desist order against the school district for use of the logo.
So now let's get this straight. She initially thought that she owned it. She and her business, Cars for Kristen's
She
Kids or
filed
something.
for a a copyright
Trademark.
And
Because she lays claim to.
because she wants to use the proceeds for community events.
Right.
So anytime the school district uses it, she wants to be paid.
Of course.
So the school district kind of told her, I don't know, you can do that. And then she ran for borough council and lost by only a couple votes. And now that she has lost,
What
she
a
has
shame.
filed a cease and desist order to the school district for them to stop using the logo.
Isn't that kind of like the Kansas Chiefs
Yeah, it's exactly. It's very similar to the Chiefs. I think it's the Chiefs, or is it the Braves? I forget what it looks like.
Atlanta Braves got like a tomahawk.
Yeah, no, I think it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
Whoa.
And
That's aggressive, Debbie.
I was aggressive, yes.
This is just an educated guess.
So anyway, the Chiefs, and so she tries to trademark it so that she can extort money, and then that allegedly, and then some legal experts are all saying, because this actually
doesn't
made
have
it outside of Gettysburg in the news, and experts were saying she doesn't have a pot to pit or a leg to stand on, and then the school district says, well, we had better just
make it our official logo.
Yeah.
They've been using it for decades, but they
And it was
have
done-
never adopted it at through the school board,
right,
like official channel.
even though it was done for the schools by a
somebody who worked
school
there.
employee.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now they have to make it, they have to solidify that it's theirs.
Yes.
Okay. And now she
Is saying
cease and desist.
Desist.
It's mine.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Great.
You know-
All right. So that's okay. So that's the latest. That's a couple weeks old, that story, but we wanted to update people because we know people are interested in it. So what else?
Okay. So in other news, there's that's it for her. There's a new coffee shop I saw driving around, opening on the corner of Chambersburg and Washington Street.
Right.
Called President's Coffee and Tea. It officially opens on Friday.
Okay.
They're partnering with Passenger, which is a coffee company out of Lancaster. And so that'll be opening again on Friday. However, here's the bad part and the weird part. It's right next to Ragged Edge.
Yeah, you
like
think
literally
that's weird?
right next.
You think it's an odd coincidence?
I didn't know any backstory. I just am an innocent bystander in this who noticed that there was a coffee shop opening right next door to a very established coffee shop.
Yeah. I don't know.
One has windows that you can see people are in it, though.
Right.
Which is a great marketing tactic. Whereas the other one, unfortunately, does not.
I think.
Can you tell from the music, public, that Matt thinks this is a conspiracy?
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's just an evil thing to do.
That's something funny.
It's an evil thing to do. Don't go there. Sorry.
Matt.
So listen, I'm going to tell you something. Jake was he's had the Ragged Edge for got to be close to 20 years by now, and he built that with his own two hands from the ground up. He is a pillar of this community. I believe he was born and raised here. I'm not sure about that, but he's been here a very long time.
Yeah.
And he does a great business, and he contributes to the community.
He really does.
And this is a move to put him out of business, as far as I'm concerned. And if it's not It certainly looks like one, and everybody in town sees it as that.
Yeah.
And the problem is tourists don't know the difference, and it's a slightly better visibility than where Jake is, and so that is going to hurt him. So if you listen to Addressing Gettysburg, you're going to go to either Bantam Roasters or the Ragged Edge. That's where you're going to go.
When I drove by, there were people sitting there, and it wasn't even open yet, which
Right.
makes me feel like they were paid to sit there.
Well, maybe they were doing like a friends and family grand
Like a
opening
soft
thing.
opening.
Yeah.
Okay, all
so
right,
I
I'll
mean,
let that
you
one
don't know that, but I mean, I don't know.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember when that place was a sub shop years ago. That used to be a sub shop at one time.
A sub shop or like a sandwich cafe bakery? Because my friend owned it. It was a bakery.
It was actually. I
Had really good sandwiches.
Remember one time they had like $10 subs you could get there.
$10.
$10 footlongs.
It was a.
Put that microphone next to your mouth, please. Thank you.
They actually at one time.
That's too loud. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
They actually at one time it was. I remember that place being a sub shop.
Okay.
They're great sandwiches. When they put the meat on, they put the meat on there. It was about an inch thick of meat. Width.
I'm.
So, one thing that comes to my mind is,
right.
It's always been interesting over years is how, all the different businesses I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's like a revolving door.
Yeah. That I don't know why that's one of the ones that seems tough to keep a business in.
But something else just came to my mind.
Uh-oh.
You've never seen the old TV show with Walter Brennan, Hatfield McCoy.
No, I don't think I have. With Walter Brennan, no, I have not.
There's one scene in it when he started selling eggs. The neighbor beside him started selling eggs, and them two ended up in an egg war.
Egg fight? Throwing eggs at each other?
I can see coffee war start.
Yeah, throwing coffee grounds in each other's eyes. That'd be
You
fun.
never know what might happen.
You do not ever know. You do not ever know.
All right. So the other two things on my list are the tree lighting, which we had.
Yes, we had that.
And that was beautiful. And my favorite part of the entire thing was Santa getting up there and going, ho, 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 woohoo.
Yeah. I kind of got the feeling he might have, with all due respect, been hitting the sauce or something, because he got up there on the microphone and he's like,
Hello, Gettysburg! And Merry Christmas!
Woohoo!
he's like a college girl on spring break.
The way you just did that sounded like Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay. All right. All right.
So,
It's
but
better
it was,
than, I guess, my Donald Trump.
It was really, really nice to see everybody out there.
No, it was. It was, and it was, I'm just poking fun at Santa.
Sponsored by Garma.
I'm just poking fun at Santa Claus. I'm sure he wasn't hitting the sauce. He was having a fun time. We all had a fun time. He came into the square, pulled by horses. Now, in a carriage. He wasn't being dragged. He was pulled by horses in a carriage. He was in a horse-drawn carriage is what I'm trying to say. And he had everybody's attention. I mean, throngs of people.
Several thousand people there.
Yeah, there were. And they're cheering for him, right? The little kids are all happy. Mom and dad are excited. They lit, and he comes up in the square, and he lays 3, 2, 1. The tree lights up, and we all sing.
We didn't sing anything.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas
when
time.
Santa-
We didn't sing
so
at
when
all.
Santa Claus is here next week, we can tell him that you was making fun of him.
When he's in here, yeah. When you're dressed as Santa Claus, you can be reminded that I was making fun of you. I mean, that's what I don't understand. You dressed as Santa Claus for the tree lighting. Why?
I did not.
Come on, Cam. We all know it was you.
No,
You had the West Virginia belt buckle on.
I was home writing. I didn't even know the tree lighting was going on.
What were you writing?
Working on the book.
Oh, that's right. But you told me, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but you're working on a secret book. You want to tell?
I got a couple other books in the work.
Well, what's the secret book, though? Do you want to tell everybody that one?
I'm working on
It's the more you know. Go ahead.
It's an autobiography on me, all the way of my life, of the adventures to get here to Gettysburg.
What are you going to call this? Let's come up with a name. So this is your life until moving to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And so we need to have a name. What are the names, the working titles that you're using?
I was picking something like July Day
No,
because it goes
don't like
around
that
the
one.
Battle of Gettysburg.
Don't like it. Go ahead. Give me the other one. Oh, yeah.
Of course you don't like my ideas.
No, I love your ideas, Cameron.
And then I also thought about
Cam comes east. That's a good one.
I thought about Great High Mountain because I've just always looked at, I'm climbing one mountain after another challenge to get where I want to be.
How about Ain't No Mountain High Enough?
Great High Mountain.
Ain't no valley low enough.
No, I like
Keep it from you. Oh shit.
We ruined that
Yeah.
one.
And then
can't get that back.
No.
I got stuff put together already for a book on the bridge at Rollsburg called A Bridge Too Far.
That was used already.
Yeah, that one's. We don't like that one, Cameron.
I'm sorry, but when I go to something I can't.
Bonfire, the Cameron Mallow story.
And
Grant says that. on
Bonfire, I like that.
And then I'm looking
Bonfire
at
of the Mallows.
Bonfire. And then I'm looking at Revenge at Moorfield, dealing with McCausland's raid from Chambersburg.
Revenge at Moorfield. I like that. That sounds cool.
That'll be another book I already got stuff put together on.
Revenge at Moorfield.
I got all this stuff. I just got to get the books written. So I got 5 books already lined up after this one.
But you haven't completed one yet. Right?
We got to focus
want you
on one.
Let's get finished with one.
But I'm just saying I got 5
Right.
others
So,
already.
Mighty Mighty Swamp Dragons, that's number 1. We're almost done with that one, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to proofread it. And then we're going to publish it. And then you're going to work on another one.
The autobiography can't be finished until I'm here
Until
working.
you're dead.
You can't.
Or retired.
I want it to go up.
It until you're.
I want it to go up to when I finally start working here.
There has to be
'Cause I
an
wanna
achievement,
share
right?
it.
You've got to have an achievement. You can't just be like, and then I moved to Gettysburg. And it's like, okay.
It's got to be when I'm finally working here.
So that's going to be on the back burner throughout your life. You every once in a while you add something to it so you don't forget what happened. I'm dying to see the chapter about when you meet me. And then
Will my name be mentioned in it?
eventually.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a book.
It'll be yours. Will be the day my world went right back up, right side. His will be.
What? That wasn't even English. Hold on. Don't nobody knows what he said.
I do.
The day for him, it'll be the day my world went upside down.
What?
The day my world went
What?
upside
I don't
down.
know.
It
No,
makes total
the day
sense.
I met him, my world goes upside down. The day you came, started working, coming here. It went,
What?
It made total sense.
We all got it, Cameron.
he's
That's
New
okay.
Jersey. He don't understand.
No,
He doesn't understand poetry.
I don't understand mountain talk.
Poetry.
Hey, so they going to get a call when you talk about Walter Brennan. You're the Walter Brennan of my show.
Hey, he went by that other egg farmer throwing eggs at him
Oh my god.
in a vehicle.
I'm so confused. Okay. So old news.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, old news.
Yeah, we're back on track now.
Historical,
Kobe's in there laying on the floor.
I know.
historical news. Okay, this is from the Adams Sentinel from December 1st, 1863. That's the closest paper to today.
All right.
On page 2, they actually have a diagram of the National Cemetery. It says Great National Soldier Cemetery, Gettysburg, Penna.
That means Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen.
They have a map with the measurements of the state plots, how the bodies were to be interred.
We all
Description of the gravestones and what they're going to look like, and the placement of the monument. But at the end, I thought this was kind of interesting. It was proposed, this is a quote, it was proposed to place the monument, I think they mean the soldiers' monument,
Sure.
the big monument, at the extreme southwest end on account of the ground being 10 feet higher at that place. But the majority of those visiting the grounds, having expressed their opinion decidedly in favor of placing it in the center of the cemetery, it is thought the location will be changed to that spot.
So it was going to be
Probably somewhere near where the
where
speech
like the
monument
yeah,
is.
yeah, because it's higher.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then they changed it.
I mean, that would have been more noticeable
Yeah.
from greater distances.
Distances.
But,
and they're probably now see, I wonder if it would have alleviated or made it worse that people think that that's where the speech was delivered.
At the speech monument?
And at the soldiers monument.
The actual location where he gave that speech has been debated for I don't know how many years.
But we know for sure it
14.
wasn't at either of those locations.
This has been solved, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't you see the lecture last year? No, I'm serious.
I know, but other
I
people
thought it was
will.
on the other side of the cemetery at one time where the monument is.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I always
That's
thought
not
it was
where it
there.
was.
but-
That's everybody does. Everybody assumes it's up there. Yeah, but it's not. It's straddling the fence between the private and the public,
It's somewhere.
or not public.
I wasn't there.
We can't even figure it exactly out.
No,
from
what are you
here.
talking about? They have figured it out.
I know, but like it's not at either of those two locations. But I wonder if having the large monument where the speech monument is, then there would only be one location that people get messed up.
And then somebody's going to say it's in the wrong location. Look at all
And
the
Kentucky, I don't know what they would have
Well,
done.
Kentucky would have flipped their lid.
Yeah. All right,
All
next.
right, what else?
Gettysburg Times from December 1st, 1913. This is interesting, and I had to call Sue Boardman.
Go ahead.
As I do whenever nerd things come up that I don't know anything about. So the headline is, William Lady died Sunday. Battlefield guard and veteran of the Civil War died at his home after brief illness. Now, are you aware there were battlefield guards?
Guards?
Yes.
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so there were. It says, the article said...
Is that like Park Watch?
Hold on. Mr. Lady had been in the government employ for the past 15 years, the last 3 of which were spent as a guard on the avenues. So I called Sue.
Did you know that?
I
Don't lie, Cameron. You didn't know it. Just say I know.
called
Pictures
Sue.
of people standing out garden, but I didn't know what.
Not gardening.
I said garden.
Oh, gardening. Where? I've never seen that.
There's a couple
Okay,
old
so
photos.
she sent me...
Facebook.
Does she have pictures
Yeah,
that she sent? Oh, you. Here.
Okay.
I'll mess with it. And then
So
you
one
talk.
is of the guard shacks. There were 5. One at Spangler Spring, one at the Peace Light, one at Little Round Top, Culps
You don't
Hill,
have
and the Lee
Rotate on?
Memorial. No, probably not.
Well, who doesn't put rotate on their phone?
I don't.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
They were employed by the War Department to monitor the guides. So here's the really interesting thing. When a guide went out on the field, they had to pass by all 5 shacks in order for their tour to be a legit tour.
Really?
And this is how they were trying to get, because people were giving tours that were just bullshit, basically. And so this was their way of trying to make legit tours. Because of these shacks and the having to hit all 5 spots, this gave rise to the testing that guides do today, which happened in 1915.
Interesting.
They had badges and everything.
Badges?
Badges. And William Lady.
Look at those
not
uniforms they had to wear.
Not of Daniel Lady Farm fame, but he lived on Steinway Avenue. This
So wait, why is
William
the
Lady.
Spangler Spring?
I think because you can see it in the background.
Oh. So it's is it the bathrooms? Oh no, it's it's on. Oh wow. Oh, that's neat. So it's along the road.
Mm-hmm. And you had to pass by it. You had to go past all 5 of them in order for your tour. You would get logged.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
See, I didn't know anything about that and wouldn't have if I hadn't read that article.
And if you didn't know Sue Boardman, we'd never know what they look like.
And this is why Sue Boardman is a wonderful human.
That's right. That's very true.
Because
She'll be at the party.
she has pictures of everything. Oh, and then this picture came up.
Is that Matt?
Yeah, that's me,
Yeah.
Cam. Yeah,
My
she's got
son.
She's got my 3-year-old picture when I was 3 years old
Yes.
on her phone.
Okay, so next, Gettysburg Times from November 30th, 1942.
All right.
I thought this was interesting. The headline is 5th raid test is satisfactory. So it's taking place on, the actual test took place on November 28th. It was our 5th test to see if we responded correctly to the air raid system.
Oh.
However, they kind of threw a curveball at everybody, and they did it on a Saturday night. Which
Keep
was,
them on their toes.
Yes, and in November.
Yeah. Ooh.
So leading up to Christmas. So town was busy. And there were central town air raid shelters and storerooms that people could go into. So I looked up to see where these central town air raid shelters were, and I couldn't find anything, but that is ongoing. I will see if I can figure that out.
I wonder if, because, I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a sign on the side of the, what was it, the Presbyterian Church? Is that the one Ike went to and John Burns fell asleep in? There used to be a sign on the side that said fallout shelter.
Oh,
Or
I don't
some
know.
kind of shelter for
Yeah.
a nuclear attack. And I wonder if that might have also been the
One of
air
those.
raid. Yeah, why not? Why change?
Yeah.
Why build a whole new one when you got one already there from the air raid days?
And I wonder because, like in York, which is not far away, and they have a center square too, there are bathrooms that are down underneath underground.
Interesting.
And I wonder if there was ever anything like that. If anybody knows, by all means, say something.
That's pretty neat.
But that was our 5th one, and we did, quote unquote, fine. However, the last sentence of the article says, with some difficulty with double parking in Center Square, times they'd never change.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you have another one for?
One more.
Well, okay, go ahead. And then we got a report coming in about sidewalk conditions.
Oh, awesome. Okay, Gettysburg Times from November 29th, 1986. Merchants report busy Black Friday. And the reason I chose this article is because none of these stores exist anymore. There was an Ames department store that is now the Hack School. People's Drug Store, which was located at that complex, which used to be known as the North Gettysburg Shopping Mall. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. None of that's there. There was a Radio Shack there as well.
I believe that.
Where the Marshalls is today on York Street, it was James Way, and it had just opened in 1986.
I remember James Way.
No longer in existence. Zerfig's Hardware, which was at 11th Baltimore Street, which was in the McLean House. It is now the Christmas House.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And Ben's Clothing Store, which not 100% sure, but I think that was the bottom level of the Masons building. If anyone knows any different, let me know.
Oh, that makes sense. It looks like it could have been a clothing store.
Yeah. So all of those things, 1986, huge banner year for sales. None of them exist anymore.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But not as interesting as sidewalk conditions with our crack reporter, Jamie.
Jamie!
On the street, but I had to go inside because, dang it got cold and I walked fast.
Sorry to keep you waiting. What are the conditions of the sidewalks tonight, Jamie?
Well, they're pretty clear since the town's pretty much cleared out. But funny that you mentioned the name Lady, because actually, if you're walking on Chambersburg Street, right across from where John Burns lived, embedded in the sidewalk, it actually says Charles Lady.
Oh, really?
It's like actually embedded in there, like a professional imprint. Like, so I don't know if he was like a concrete pourer or what, but yeah, it's there.
So and you just walk past it?
Oh, on a regular.
But that's cool though, because
you walk over it, yeah.
The condition of that sidewalk is branded.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he's proud of that one because that's actually probably one of the only flat ones on that entire block. Once you start getting closer to town, you're taking your life in your hands.
Yeah, I know. They really are bad. Those roots, man, they really kick those sidewalks up. I wonder, is that the responsibility of the homeowner or is that the responsibility of the borough? Because is it considered the borough's tree or is it considered the homeowner's tree?
I think that was a point of contention in our last election.
Oh, really?
Because it's actually the sidewalk is the homeowner's responsibility.
Yes,
and
right.
So I read several times that it's not fair for the homeowner to have to deal with that since the borough planted the trees there to look all spiffy.
Exactly.
So
if the boroughs if aesthetics mean more to the borough, then the borough should eat the cost of fixing the sidewalks. Because the residents, that's not fair to them. They didn't put the tree there. No, that's silliness. That's silliness.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, how was your
sidewalks look pretty good, so I'm happy with that.
Good. And how was your Thanksgiving, real quick?
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
It was just the three of us, so it was pretty low key, but then still somehow managed to spend the whole freaking day cooking. But
how does that work out? 3 of you, and you got to spend the whole freaking day cooking?
Jamie doesn't do things
I'm
halfway.
I'm one of those suckers who goes, I can't throw away a turkey, the turkey bones. Like I gotta make bone broth now.
Yeah, that's
and then,
true. Yeah.
So I'm got some banging matzo ball soup out of it, so
Nice.
I can't complain.
I love matzo ball soup. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, dinner tonight at Jamie's.
Yeah, I'm at Rep tomorrow if you want to bring some of that in.
Yeah. All right, Jamie. Well, thank you very much for the call and your intrepid reporting on the sidewalk conditions.
Love you.
All I gotta say is respect the crosswalk lights. Respect those crosswalk lights. It's dark out.
We will respect them. Thank you. And we'll see you. I'll see you at the party if I don't see you beforehand.
You will. All right. Have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Bye, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. Everybody loves Jamie.
Isn't she
She's
the
a sweetheart.
cutest human?
She
I just
is.
love her.
Well, Cindy's the cutest human, but Jamie's a pretty close second. All right. So let me give you. Do you have more?
No, that was it on
Okay,
news.
let me give you some news here, and then I want to go to Colby Sumner, host of America Fog of War podcast, and also engineer here. It looks like he woke up and he's off the floor now. Colby, one section. I want you to think about the movie. I want your review, but before we do that, I want to tell everybody that the in-person shows for 2024 are starting to come together. So I'll just give you some taste of what's going on. Let's see here. Of course, our in-person shows that are going to be actual shows will be the Spotlight On format, where I will interview someone. And we've already done one with Pete Mealy and Cody Aish talking about their hair and their beards. We did that over at the seminary at the beginning of the month on the 3rd. So there's one in the 2024, and another one we're going to do at the seminary. February 17th is the first thing you need to think about. This actually isn't a show. This is just a fun little social get-together type of thing. It is Taco Tuesday Trivia Night on a Saturday. It's February 17th, Saturday. I like alliteration, so we're calling it Taco Tuesday. Nobody has Taco Saturdays. That doesn't make any sense. You have
doesn't.
Salsa Saturday.
Whoa.
Taco Tuesday.
Mind blown. Matt.
Exactly. Thank you. Then you're going to want to mark the calendar on the date of March 16th. That is our second annual Adams County Historical Society show, and I haven't received a response yet. I know I asked him in passing before, but I have to make sure that our buddy Tim Smith is available for his spotlight on in front of a live studio audience. March 6th, and whether it's Tim or not, March 16th, we're doing a show there. July 26th-ish, venue to be determined, possibly Lincoln Social. Billy Webster concert. Billy Webster is putting together a little 3-piece, and he's going to come down and do the songs from his album, Marching Through Georgia, inspired by yours truly. And then September or October, waiting on a date from Libby over at the Farnsworth House in the backyard. We're going to do our final show at Farnsworth. Now, the reason I say July 26th-ish for Billy Webster is we might interchange those. It might be nicer to do an outdoor concert when the weather improves a bit. So we will see. We will let you know. Hopefully we'll have it all figured out soon. They're all going to be available on addressinggettysburg.com. You go to the events tab and you'll see everything there. 1 second. Thank you. And tickets, I'm going to try to have them available as soon as possible in the month of December. Once we have everything available, I'm going to have the tickets available as soon as possible, earliest possible time I can in the year, so that you can get them at any point in the year once you've decided that you're going to come to them. They will close 7 days prior to the date or when we've reached capacity, whichever comes first. I'm sorry, Cam, are we boring you?
No.
Okay, good. So that's what's going on. So keep that in mind. We will have more firmer details as time goes on. All right, Colby, you and I, my mom, my aunt, Cynthia, we went to the thing, the movie premiere, and what did you think?
I thought it was great, man. I thought first off there was a ton of really good, like from an artistic standpoint. I feel like I look at some of this stuff differently than your average Joe, but there were some shots that were really cool.
Beautiful shots, actually. Some very beautiful
the
ones.
The one in the barn was
my favorite
amazing.
shot.
There was one inside the house, very similar, like light coming through. To get a good shot with a camera, like having some kind of smoke or fog in the shot, especially when there's light, always makes it look really cool.
Dobbin House, I thought they shot the Dobbin House pretty cool as well.
Yep.
They lit that well.
Honestly, it was entertaining. I thought a few of the actors and actresses really stood out. Were really great. I mean, Lee Majors killed it.
Yep. Lee Majors.
Kelly killed it.
Kelly.
She was great. I thought it was a good movie, man. I thought that Bo did a good job of showing the town like you said this, without forcing it, and I have to agree with you. I think it was really good.
Yeah, and that's the difference I think between a professional and an amateur. Like, if you had a guy,
they could say the word professional.
They could say the word professional first of all, and secondly, if you had a guy that let's say you gave Cameron Mallow $100,000 to make a movie.
Oh,
okay?
I can make a movie.
I know you can.
I love. He could do anything, man. I love that confidence.
It's like
man.
such a blind confidence.
Cameron, could you go to the moon?
Here'd be the opening scene
good
for
Lord.
Moorfield Revenge. Chambersburg
For
Burn-
what?
For the book
Revenge at Moorfield.
Revenge at Moorfield.
Is this a spinoff of Hatfields and McCoys?
No, it's not.
No.
All right. The opening scene
Chatfields
would
and
be
Leroy's?
McCausland crossing the river, the Potomac River, and then big scenes would be a montage in it as the city's burning, with riders riding out reporting that Chambersburg's on fire.
I'm picturing it. Okay.
And then another big scene would
So, but
be
do it like describe it to me like this: wide shot on bridge, nighttime. Describe the scene. Cut to close up of man riding his horse slowly over the bridge. Moonlight can be seen through the rafters of the bridges. Give me it like that, please. Thank you.
All right, one scene would be the scene one big scene I would could see being done would be Averell sending his. You know what? Just forget it.
No. I'm sorry. I need a picture. You got to paint
Listen,
a picture.
you ever heard of an elevator pitch, Cam? You're not doing it right now.
Right.
You gotta get the attention quick because attention spans now in the
Averell
TikTok age are
sends
short.
a scout forward at night and
Okay.
gets to a high rise overlooking Chambersburg.
Yeah, and then
Sees the town ablaze.
and then he.
Averell his men elegantly.
Okay.
I find now that's a good pitch.
That would be interesting.
That's a good
But I don't
pitch.
think this is the audience for that movie. All right, go ahead, Cameron. Please.
Then he takes off.
Cameron, we're trying to go eat dinner, bro.
I know.
Fine. Just
starving.
no. Well,
Okay. All right. Go
when
ahead.
that book comes out and I get a producer for it, then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Look it up.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
look it up.
look it up. Einstein.
All right, so Colby, go ahead. What else was there that you want to say about the movie?
I mean, that kind of wrapped it up. I thought it was great. I thought
Now you got to go backstage.
Yeah, yep.
You got to see Bruce Boxleitner backstage.
Saw
You know-
Jeff Shara.
Jeff Shara, you saw him. I'll tell you, Bruce Boxleitner was dying to meet. Dying to meet Bethany Yingling. No, he was dying to meet Jeff Shara.
He even asked me about Bethany.
Yeah, he did. He goes, "Hey, who's that girl Bethany that's on the show?
Where is she? Where is she?
She is funny."
My husband spent.
I hear
that
her husband
whole
is a
evening-
fan of my films.
Oh my
Try to
god!
pawn it off on the husband all you want.
No, I mean he is hot, but Mark too. But
Good save.
thanks. I do think Mark was like trying to figure out how to get out of his doctor's appointment yesterday so that he could meet Bruce at the Eisenhower and just kind of show up, because I saw him as soon as I said it, and then I hung up with you. He was like furiously on his phone, like trying to figure stuff out. but
I tried,
didn't work out.
Every chance I get, I try.
And that was very sweet of you, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that immensely.
That's all I can say. And Cameron does the same thing.
All I have to say about that.
I tried.
That's right. So
I was working. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. But you're. What was that, Forrest?
He's got to pay.
I have about 16 Dr. Peppers.
That's funny. I like that. We're gonna have fun with that. All right, listen. So you would recommend it once it is. We don't know when it's going to be visible or viewable on television or on streaming or anything like that. But once we find out, of course, we'll let you know. It might not be until next year, to be honest with you. I was talking to Bo about it today. But you would recommend that people watch it whenever they can, right?
It makes Gettysburg and Christmas like peas and carrots.
It makes Gettysburg and Christmas like peas and carrots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty good, Forrest. All right, so that's a ringing endorsement, I would say.
Okay.
Man of many words, Forrest Gump. And speaking of many words, somebody wanted to know where we're going for dinner tonight. So where are we going for dinner tonight?
I was thinking Zuma's.
We just went there last night, though. And I do love Zooms. Montezuma's.
Oh.
Okay, Mexican.
Colby,
what's
up with the like the slang terminology? I'm just now hearing Zumas for the first time.
Usually it's Zooms. We just say Zooms.
Zooms. What about Zoomies? Is that too?
Zoomies?
That's too millennial.
That's Casamasa Zoomies, and that's What do you? Are you and Taylor coming out, Colb?
No, she worked today.
Are you coming?
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go. I'm heading to the house. I gotta cook, man, or pick up something.
Cook? What do you mean? She's working.
Well, she just got off. She's gonna be driving like an hour and a half or an hour to get home. So.
All right. Well, then Colby doesn't get a vote. Then Cindy, what about you? Not Montezuma's, and then nothing against Montezuma's. It's just we had it last night. All right.
That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, I'm so glad I bought that. What about you, Debbie?
Labella's?
I knew you were going to say Labella's because that
She
was.
always says Labella's.
I was kind of thinking Labella's.
You always say
Quite often
Labella's.
say Labella's.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Cam hasn't been there in a long time to get his plain hamburger.
Will you not
Cam,
get-
we got to get you eating some food that is actually.
I eat other stuff.
What?
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets and KFC?
And hot dogs.
And hot dogs?
Do you eat hot dogs?
No, they got a nice steak and cheese sub there at Labella's.
They do have a nice steak.
No, they really do.
Oh, let's go to Labella's.
You want to go to Labella's?
Hey,
All right.
Cam, you ever been on a real shrimp boat?
No, but I've been on a real big boat.
Hey, that's not fair. That's not fair one bit. Yeah, but mine had cannons on it.
Oh my God, I love Intercom Forrest Gump. Oh, that's so good.
But mine had cannons on it. Big boom!
Okay, Cam, relax. Everybody relax, okay? Just relax. Here.
Chattanooga.
All right. All right, listen. I think we're going to go to Labella's tonight. I think that's where we're going this evening. Colby, I'm sorry you can't make it with us. I would like to do more Forrest Gump stuff with you. But unfortunately,
do it.
we're not going to be able to do it. You could do it. You are it, Cameron. You are Forrest Gump. All right, Bethany, great job with the news. Thanks to
Thank
Jill
you.
for coming on from Main Street, Gettysburg.
Have a great night.
Thanks to everybody in the back. Thanks to all you guys for watching. And one more show this year, and we're done.
Woo!
Cameron's going to be Santa Claus next week. And so get the kids ready. We're going to take calls from there. We want to know what they want. Santa wants to know.
Addressing Gettysburg Today is produced by Matt Callery and Veronica Brestensky, Esquire, and broadcasts from the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios. Engineered by Colby Sumner and sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. Who are we? Vanderbilts? But if you want us to take better care of them, become a patron at patreon.com/Addressing Gettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
Admiral his men elegantly.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Chattanooga.
Broderman.
Aldersman, Protestant.
I love this podcast.
This concludes our broadcast.
I'm not dressing as that. No. Nope. No. That's definitely no way I'm dressing up as Santa Claus.